The Rap Roundtable.
Joey Badass finally addresses the situation that we've been waiting for since about New Year's Day. You opened a can of worms, you threw some shots, the
Yeah.
West Coast got offended, you
You
threw
put it
some
that
more
way.
shots, but you never, to quote a friend of ours, you never put an address on it. But lo and behold, today, addresses were placed, they were directed, overnight delivery, flung
Names
through
were
the
named.
names were named, the shit flew through the window, glasses are broken, competitive rap is here, and this is what the Rap Roundtable is all about. Y'all know who it is, Jobs, Sincere, Macito. Quick check-in on the episode 123 because news breaks. And when news breaks and we are able to record, we're going to talk about it. Imagine us waiting until next week. Imagine us letting our job get in the way of us talking about rap. Fuck that. We
Not at
might get
all. Never that.
I don't know. Sincere rap snob. Joey
Yo, what
Bada.
up?
Back
Joey
and forth.
Badass, he done made me proud, man. This is what the town been looking for. This is the energy that we needed on all three of them joints, man. This is like this right here. Give me this over any one of those three joints that he put out earlier. Matter of fact, give me this over all of them put together. This is what we needed from the jump, bro. What were you waiting for? And to let these fire ass bars fly on a what? Let me check my notes again. A Redbull freestyle challenge? Like what? Why? Why here? Why not put it on the joint that you got on Spotify and Apple Music, bro? Listen, I'm so happy, but I'm mad at the same time because like one, it took this long for you to do this, and second, this I'm gonna have to go to YouTube every time I want to hear these bars. You know what I mean? This should be on the DSPs. You know what I mean? You put addresses on it. You name the names. You name Daylight. Daylight caught heavy bars.
Oh man,
you know what I mean? He caught heavy bars, bro. Ray Vaughn. Ray's name was in there. You know what I mean? He was about to go in when Ab Soul. You know what I mean? In the spirit of competition, but yet that's my brother. You know, he was like, "Yo, chill. We can't have all that." You know what I mean? Like this right here, I would never have thought we would have had a moment like this on some random Red Bull freestyle series. You know what I mean? But this is what I've been looking for. I'm gonna cook some more later on when we come back around. But Joey, hats off to you, my brother. Hats off, man. You done made the town proud with this, man. This is what we needed. This is the New York energy that we needed. Fuck them motherfuckers, man.
Macito, let's talk about it.
Allegedly, Sin is sick, guys. I can't tell. You know what I mean? It's the energy that Joey got right now. Listen, I have a few trademarks in my Rap Roundtable tenure. Being a chatty boy that loves drama might be my most famous personality. So I'm completely on board with this. Okay, listen. You know, we us at the Rap Roundtable, we New Yorkers. Y'all know that we biased. So I feel like we are some of the people that have been harder on Joey, right? We're the people who came out and said, "Yo, what the fuck is going on? You're embarrassing us, bro. The company is over." But I can't lie. The brother has redeemed himself. Just like Sin said, I never heard of no Red Bull freestyle series. You know what I mean? You know, this is the first I ever heard of it. I would enjoy a song more, but 3 elite lyricists. Yes, guys, don't hate on Big Sean. Big Sean is elite. You can see as he's standing next to 2 heavyweights what Big Sean can do. So he's up off that shit. Alongside
you talking to you, Sin, because you talk the most shit about.
No. I understand. I understand. But when we come back around, everybody's gonna get their flowers. Everybody's gonna get their flowers when we come back around. But go ahead.
All right. Listen, right. So alongside 2 premier lyricists, Joey stood out not only because of the static and the drama, but listen, have we ever heard Joey Badass sounded better in general? Like just the way he's flipping balls, the confidence, the presence. You know what I mean?
I thought it was AI for a second. Like, what?
Listen. Us at OVO, we work with the AI, Sin. You don't gotta worry, bro. But this is what we here for, right? Just like Sin said, Daylight catching crazy bars, well deserved, truthful bars. You know what I mean? Because I do remember Daylight with the cheeks out on stage, bro. Like Joey, you know what I mean? He wasn't lying there. He wasn't lying. Ray Vaughn, we all gave you your props for the energy that you brought to Joey initially. But listen, you was over there with Ebro. You was talking kind of hot, brother. Maybe Joey heard that because he kind of packed you up in a couple bars, bro. Ray Vaughn, I'm gonna need the response. You was very confident, sounding like you didn't think Joey was gonna say nothing back. You know what I'm saying?
I would say cocky.
Right.
Like over cocky.
Over cocky. I don't know if he thought that Joey was coming back for it. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I mean? And listen, how this is 90s energy in the purest form, right? Y'all love the 90s rap. One thing about 90s rap that we always hear about these stories, I call it the Reservoir Dogs situation.
Yes.
Styles P always mentions Jay-Z got to the locks right off the plane. He wouldn't even let him go to the hotel. He dragged him to the studio and said, you got to record your verses here. And Styles P responded in turn by dissing Jay-Z on his own record. Right on there, which Jay-Z heard and got right back at him. That's the energy Joey had here. Joey was sending shots at Ab-Soul, at TDE, at the West Coast in the presence of maybe what a lot of purists feel might be the best lyricist in the West Coast, Ab-Soul. Like, y'all was talking that scared shit. Y'all was talking that nervous shit. Joey rapped to the fucking beat went off, bro. Taking shots at anybody who had anything to say. This is New York lyrical energy in its purest form. I'm hyped, bro. I'm here for it.
I gotta do like The Rock. I'm getting goosebumps right now. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, like Bleak said once upon a time, who the fuck want what? You know what I'm saying? And again, you know, I want to get the snowflakes out the way immediately. That's where I want to go. If you concerned about, oh, how could Ab-Soul be there as this is taking place? You're a fucking snowflake. As Macito eloquently just laid out, on Reservoir Dogs, guys with true affiliations, true connections, sparred. SP dropped his verse, Hove responded and put the song out, and it's one of the most legendary collaborations in rap history. No gas, by the way, no hyperbole. If you don't know about Reservoir Dogs, you're not locked in, you a fucking tourist. I digress. For that kind of sparring to take place, for Big Sean to set the tone the way he did, a la Control, maybe this won't be a Control situation, but it's very reminiscent to me of what Control was, man. Sean come through, lay down a wildfire verse, technically sharp, witty, flow switching, sneaking a little bit of that Detroit energy towards the end of the verse that he's known for, and it's like, this is the Sean that we always expect. Now, he threw some shots as well. Shout out to Sean. But we go into Joey Badass. Ab-Soul understood what it's almost like they got together and was like, you know what? Hey, you know what it's gonna be. Let's make it part. Let's make it part of the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Ab-Soul addressing whatever. But then once Joey Badass got on there, and I know I've said in the past, I've said like a lot of things about this topic, but my two main components was Joey Badass is an HBO boxing fighter. He's not pay-per-view. After today, I think he deserves to be on the pay-per-view card. I'm moving him up to pay-per-view. I also said, and what gets lost, because people like to hear, but they don't listen. What gets lost is I told niggas, I said, if this shit was to get serious, I'm taking Joey Badass over Daylight. And lo and behold, Joey Badass put the fucking belt. It was nothing but belt in those bars. Ass out on stage. The Daylight name flips.
Hold up. The name flips was crazy. What was that line about the Diddy party?
We got to pull that up. Hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, man.
While I look that up, just like the delivering of the belt to ass. And it's like, you mentioned Ray Vaughn, right? And you know what? Yeah, we saw Ray Vaughn. He did his thing on the Ebro platform. And, you know, he was in our chat. And I got to tell you, Ray Vaughn, the bravado, the arrogance, we love it. We love it. But you know, you kind of baited us. We told you to pull up only to see you on Ebro. So I'm gonna come clean. I'm not too broken up about the fact that Joey Badass sunned you. Because he basically, because that's what happened. Because when you think about the amount of bars that he gave Daylight in the bar and a half, he basically told Lil Man, move. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to Daylight. But since you want to be in this conversation so bad, here, nigga, here's the attention you're looking for. But considering you need more and you got your little tape out right now, tell Top to cut the fucking check. Shout out Joey Badass, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what we needed. Like, if you don't understand what New York is, if you've never been in an actual cypher with real rappers, this is what it sounds like. They throw their bars, they throw some shots at each other, the other one shoots back, more bars, more flips, more metaphors. And it's not personal. It's all competition. I love what I'm seeing. Since the rap snob, you said you have flowers.
I mean, flowers all around. And even flowers to the platform. Redbull, the Redbull Freestyle series. Because I'd never in 1,000 years would I have guessed that a moment like this would have come from this platform. You know what I mean? Because this is no hyperbole whatsoever. I'm watching this freestyle. I watched it like 3 times in a row. I'm like, this is hip hop right here. This encapsulates everything about hip hop. The lyricism, the bars, the wordplay, the shots at each other. That's the darts at each other that's directed at each other, but it's not really meant malicious. It's just in a sparring spirit. You know what I mean? Even the beat. I need to know who produced that beat, because that beat was crazy too. And I feel like
I got the bar. Man.
You got the bar? All right, we'll come back to it. But what that instrumental really laid the groundwork. And I felt really inspired, all 3 MCs, to go in the way that they did. You know what I mean? I haven't heard Big Sean rap like that in a while. You know what I mean? Solo's always nice with it.
That Ab-Soul verse he gave, honestly.
Yeah, Soul's always nice with it, but he was like extra invigorated, I feel like, too. And I mean, lo and behold, Joey Badass off the top rope, bro. Off the top rope. Like, whose music is that we hear right now? I wasn't expecting this. You know what I mean? It was the deliver. It was the bars first and foremost, but the delivery, the pocket, the way each line landed, perfectly in pocket. It was lyrical without being too overly lyrical.
Right.
It hit every single perfect note. You know what I mean? Even to the point where he was about to address Ray Vaughn, but he sounded like, you know what I mean? You only get half a bar. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type of shit.
I feel away, Ray Vaughn. You're supposed to be on our pod.
But the bravado and the chest poking that was going on, not just Joey Badass, everybody, but Joey Badass especially. There was a certain energy within him that was like, oh, y'all motherfuckers really don't understand. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. All that shit you've been talking about since January. This is what culminates that, and this is what really, you know what I mean, brings it true to form.
Yeah. There's a lot of stop playing.
Empty out the whole clip on your whole clip when I aim mine, bro. That's how he ended his verse, bro. Like, this is, come on, bro.
He says these bars could put bad boys on death row. Kind of crazy how Sugar Puff in jail now, though. Yo, I was at the party, but I never seen the freak off. Whoa. Instead of battle rapper on stage showing his cheeks off. Hey, yo.
Yo, Daylight.
And then he like, ain't no daylight saving. No sunshine. It won't be long because there's a thin line between the trolls and weirdos who climb for attention but wear a mask like Pyro. Jeez.
Damn.
Jeez.
That's all Daylight, bro.
And then he was like, because when I plan it now, Daylight getting eclipse, supernova aura. Now I gotta keep it lit. Made the conversation shift every time I talk my shit. Jeez. He talking to niggas. Then there's more. He's like, I'm up early on the grind. I shine through the late night. I ain't gotta lose no sleep to break daylight. Should have give you niggas time of day, but fuck it. Shine a light on them. I'm a light ray. Now how can I say this in a nice way? If you need attention, he tell Tom he gotta pay. Whoa.
Come on, bro.
I mean,
come on.
What's
the name of that song? Bro. Crash Out. What? Crash Out Heritage? That's what you wanted. You jumped out the window. Then you tried to play with. You tried to talk. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing we never shitted on Joey's career. Like, Ray was talking like Joey Badass was a schmeg. Joey Badass is not a schmeg. He's not that.
Nah, bro.
In fact, as far as rap goes, he's like, he more like Ray Vaughn wasn't pay-per-view either. Ray Vaughn definitely, he was ESPN boxing. as far as notoriety goes. He got to get to HBO and Showtime and DAZN and all them other shits. He's still fighting for free on ESPN. So to talk to this nigga like that, kind of crazy. But let's get back. It's not just about those guys.
Flowers are due.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I want to be the first one to say it. You know what I mean? Sean went off.
Yeah.
Sean went off crazy.
Oh, no.
I spend a lot of time here, you know what I mean, getting on Jarv's last nerves, talking shit about Big Sean. But you know what I mean? When the flowers is due, the flowers is due. And I've always given credit to Sean when I felt he deserved it. He doesn't. It's just that I don't feel like he deserves them that often, but he deserves them in this particular time and period, right? This freestyle was crazy. Absolute flowers to him. Now my concern though is, again, I want to be very clear. I love every moment of this. I loved every moment of this from the competitive spirit to the bars to everything. Motherfuckers going at each other in the same cipher, and it was cool. They could shake hands afterwards. That's hip hop. That's love. I love that.
Apparently, go ahead.
However, shit might get misconstrued, you know, at a certain camp. Like Joey Badass about to light up Ray Vaughn, and then Absol coming in and being like, nah, that's home team. You can't do that. You can't do that. You know what I mean? They go back and forth. Obviously, that part is scripted. You know what I mean? They meant to make a moment out of it. And then they you know what I mean? They dap each other up. But knowing that there is, at least at a competitive level, at a crew level, some sort of static, how's the TDE team gonna feel about Ab-Soul being up next to Joey Badass, dapping it up with him? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all cool, it's all competitive and all sport or whatever, but still, I don't know. If I'm on a TDE team, I see the moment, but I'm gonna feel some type of way, which I think.
It's not real beef. I don't feel
It's
no
not,
way.
but
it's not beef.
I don't know.
Go ahead, Mace.
Nah, Sin, I'm glad you exploring that, because that's one of the things I thought of as well, right? Well, you know, one thing that we all know about the TDE camp, you know what I mean, Punch has mentioned this multiple times, Ab-Soul, a bunch of them, is that they kind of, this is the energy that they kind of came up with, right? All sparring with each other. That's how they sharpen each other, right? To get to the point where we heard them, you know, the J-Rock early in the studio, Kenny as a youngin' in the studio with Lil Wayne coming and dropping guest verses and studying and seeing what was going on. Like, this is, TDE is kind of built on this type of energy, right? The battle rap, the competitive energy. So I don't think TDE will have some sort of issue, but I can imagine, listen, in this entire situation, it hasn't just been TDE, right? It's been the West Coast. So often there are some people who want to make a name for themselves, who kind of just want to look crazy or kind of want to be crazy about the entire situation. So we hoping that doesn't happen, right? Nobody try to make a name for yourself. This is strictly just rap. As far as I know, Joey always been good out in LA. You know what I mean? It's not no type of static or anything like that. So I can't lie, I did think of that, Sin, but I'm hoping because of the energy TDE has and the influence that they have over the region, that it won't get to no crazy type of shit. You know what I mean?
I feel you. I'm not even thinking about no crazy type of shit. I'm more thinking about like what's Ab-Soul's relationship with the rest of TDE right now. Because
Sin making a good point, because Ab-Soul did come out not too long ago speaking about
that's what I was gonna say. But go ahead.
Oh, my fault, y'all.
Now do your thing. You got it.
He did recently come out complaining about the promotion of his most recent album, the fact that he couldn't find a tour for his most recent album, and basically saying that he needed to go back to the drawing board. Never outright blaming TDE or the.
In fact, he went out of his way to say that he's not blaming TDE, but come on.
Right. But a lot of, you know, the talking heads were like, well, whose fault is it then? You know what I mean? So that's a great question. Like, is Ab-Soul, you know what I mean? Was he more apt to being in the presence of this because of how he feel his own career is being handled? We don't know, but we're here to speculate, right? That's why we here.
Well, that's the thing about reckless speculation at the Rap Round Table.
You know?
Yeah, but that's kind of like not, you know, Reason did certain things. It seems like TDE, when the artists get frustrated at TDE, they tend to they go a little wayward. You know what I mean? It's
Even
like,
SZA at times.
yeah, hands down. I think it's because of the fact that they value real artists, not niggas who looking for a musical escape. They using rap or R&B as a means to an end. Like they're real artists, and real artists tend to act out from time to time emotionally. So seeing that this is happening doesn't surprise me. This is par for the TDE course, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Only niggas who really ain't really go wayward a little bit really is the rest of Black Hippie. But everybody else who you know from TDE, they've done some shit that has you like, all right, you gang or not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Schoolboy ain't really crash out, but then like but even if Kendrick ain't crash out, but Kendrick used his album to crash out because you have Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He got his shit off that way through his music. You know what I mean? Schoolboy too busy being a golfer. Maybe that's his form of crashing out. The Gangsta Crib is playing golf and is a soccer dad. So it's like all of these guys have something to them. You know what I mean? So I'm not too pressed about it. And the fact that they made sure to do it in a way where you could tell that it was scripted, quote, it was in the heart of competition. It was no Frank throwing. It was no gun talk. It was basically, I'm out rapping you. I'm better at this than you. I think it was a safe space. And the fact that Absol went second and he addressed it, so it was clear where we had, there was a clear understanding that that was a competitive platform. I think everything is safe in that regard. But now, because of the West Coast, some people, you know, in the West, they are how they are. They might take it a certain way anyway. We can't tell them how to feel, you know. But in New York, for us New Yorkers, that's regular shit. Best friends can be rappers and they'll get in a cypher and diss each other and then dap each other right after the beat go off, nigga. That's regular shit. So, you know, and last but not least, if you feel some type of way about us being hype for our New York niggas, do not play the New York bias card today. Joey Badass is from fucking Brooklyn, New York. When we bash Joey, y'all say New York can't get right. If we praise Joey, oh, y'all biased. Nah, y'all don't get to do that anymore. Nah. If it's fire, we standing on it.
100%.
So you was about to say something?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, you know what I'm saying? New York bias to the way. Like, it is what it is, man.
Real quick, that bar, in which case, Joey, you put me in a sticky predicament. I had to show solidarity to my syndicate. You know? Now, you know anybody could get it in such a way that it will make any position conflicted. The bars are there. He's explaining himself within the music. So there you go. And at the end, he said, it's still TDE to 3,000 and forever. So be clear. It's no smoke. The rapper let you know in his bars that there's nothing to be concerned about.
And look, the regardless of how you feel about any of these MCs, you know what I mean? You had New York in there, you had Cali in there, you had the Midwest in there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And every last one of them, all three of them showed out. Crazy.
They didn't want to get. Never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone today. I'm gonna end this on a positive note. Hey,
yeah. Where's JID? What happened?
You beat me. See, I was gonna say that, but I was gonna. They obviously they didn't want the South in it. You know what I mean? They wanted the nice niggas for real, the for real nice niggas.
He wasn't available.
The West, the Midwest, and the East Coast deliver the nice niggas.
If JID is not available, who's the next one to call?
Oh. It depends on what mood they
in. Y'all let us know, man.
Is J. Cole Southern or East Coast? I don't know. But anyway, this is episode 123. We get into it for real right now, but it was breaking news. We had to jump in and cover that because we already know if we would have just got to talking about what we're talking about on 123, y'all would have been in the chat. What, y'all heard the new Joey? Y'all heard what Joey said? So we made sure we covered ourselves before we got into the episode. 100%. Hit the like button. We need 400 likes on each and every video. Lock it in 123. We are out of here.
Yes, sir.
The alignment is a little bit different, but the vibe is still the same. New York's #1 podcast for hip hop, the Rap Roundtable. Get your ones up in the chat. Episode 123. And as always, if you can't keep up with us, you niggas washed. We the best. Rest of you niggas is washed. It's your boy Jarv here alongside Sincere the Rap Snob.
What up, what up?
Alongside Dini the Balance. As you can see, there's no Macito. He has some obligations tonight, so he won't be with us.
Macito.
You know, Mace, we miss you. We know the chat. The Kenny fans front like they don't like you, but they know when you're not there because they be the first ones asking for Mace. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Macito and his endeavors this evening. We will keep you in spirit, nevertheless. You know, you can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, Twitter. Of course, Twitter. We set Twitter ablaze yet again.
Once again.
Since this time it was sin. We didn't even drop Macito take yet because we got to put some space in between the last firestorm and the next firestorm.
Listen, facts.
You know,
I'm trying to be like Mace, man. I ain't even go gold, man.
I don't think you had to go gold. Because let me tell you why you ain't have to go gold. Bro. Somebody the other day, I don't know who it was, but they sent me a Facebook post that went viral with the tweet. Just not even a video, just a screenshotted caption of the tweet that went viral.
Of my shit?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I made it to Facebook.
You made it to Facebook. I didn't even get to check IG. I'm pretty sure it's there.
Wow.
So you might not have went gold, but the message was received. You lifted up that goofy, the ants nest and niggas.
I hit the streets, man.
I got the cultural classic.
You got the of course. You got the Griselda classic.
That's a fact.
There's plugs too.
There you go.
Shit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The beat you hear in the background is brought to you by Sincere Beats.
Always.
He makes beats.
Holla at me.
You know what I mean? Deanie the balance is here. We expect a 30-point game
I'm hoping,
from
man.
Deanie. You know, we need that. And as always,
We are tonight's entertainment.
all right, fellas. You know, no prologue today. Life is pretty good.
Yes.
You know, you see Deanie's t-shirt. We talked about it on Monday.
We was outside.
We talked about it on Monday. The Kendrick show of a lifetime,
Yeah.
beating the Bada allegations one show at a time.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? I hope y'all enjoyed that Monday Live. But Deanie's t-shirt verifies that he was there.
I was in the building.
He was in the Billy. The guy y'all said is OVO. The guy we said sometimes is OVO. He was in the building.
I'm here for the culture, man.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
But speaking of OVO and Drake and the beef, the battle, bots or no bots, I saw a video clip where Rick Ross said he would be open to making amends with Drake. So after all of this noise, after all of the issues that took place, all the way to getting punched in Vancouver, calling him white boy, joining in the air quote 20v1, 1 year later, you find yourself on a podcast saying you would make amends. I never thought the day would come where Rick Ross would be a clown. And I gotta say, I don't usually start these podcasts, but due to, situations, I'm gonna go first today.
Cook.
I love Rick Ross's catalog. I think he's one of the greatest, quote, Southern rappers of all time. He's from Miami. Granted, his style, his aesthetic, especially after the first couple of projects, leaned heavy East Coast. Say what you want, he was rhyming like an East Coast nigga. The beat selection, the cadence, etc. was heavy East Coast influence. It's one of the greatest Southern rappers of all time. For you to do what you did, and to be a linchpin in this situation, and to be a person that was like, I felt like in real time, like if Rose going against Drake, it's open for everybody.
Yeah.
Now you saying to me that you'd be open to it, so what the fuck did you do it for? I felt bad when you got punched in Vancouver, but now I feel like you did some clown shit. You was almost not as bad as homie from Oakland, Simba. Yeah. But like now it feels like this whole thing was one massive clout chase. And now bills need to be paid, and you need an OVO. I don't know if that Stimmy's still the same Stimmy, but now you trying to make amends. How can you make amends? You sided with the op of a lifetime. You can't make amends. This is corny behavior. Rick Ross, the biggest boss. Rose, corny.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Was this the fallout we expected? Said I'm coming to you now. This was not the beef fallout that I expected. Rose becoming corny.
This, to me,
man.
Little disclaimer.
You don't gotta say too much.
I'm a little under the weather, so I'm gonna keep my words brief. People been talking about Rose being kind of fake since the beginning, since he came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Officer Ricky.
The Officer Ricky, you know what I mean? So this isn't really nothing new. Like Rick is he's gonna put on the persona that he feels benefits him the most at any given moment. You know what I mean? Rose got a hell of a catalog, but I don't look to him as like a beacon of the culture of the cloth necessarily. You know what I mean? Wow. No, I'm not. Look. I'm not. Okay, that came out wrong. As soon as I started saying it,
crazy,
I was like, damn, this might sound harsh.
Decertifying Rose's
No,
clothes?
it's not.
That sounds a little crazy.
It's not that. It's just that the era that he came up in
wasn't a very clothed era.
Right. You know what I mean? And so like
chill, dude.
I'm not saying he's not of the culture. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not of the culture, but I also know that like, Ross came up in a very cloudish era. So to him, this might be the way to go about things. You know what I mean? To certain other people, of a different era, we might look at this and be like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Like, stand 10 toes down. Like at least 6 toes. Put 6 toes down. You know what I mean? Don't flip flop like this.
You can't be 1 foot in or 1 foot. You gotta have at least both feet in.
10 toes.
You know what I mean?
But then also, just to play devil's advocate, like, I really don't think the thing between him and Drake was all that serious. You know what I mean? So like, and I think that's what he was really trying to convey in that interview, that this wasn't no real hatred, no real beef. Like, it's one of those things that you might get over. Like if we can see 50 and Fat Joe sitting courtside, at a Knicks game or whatever. Like, who's to say that Drake and Rose can't, make up and be friends again? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't take too much offense to this. You know what I mean? Like, if they make up, cool. If they don't make up, cool. Like, I'm not putting too much weight on this.
You're not too pressed about it.
I don't know.
They need a balance. Rick Ross, White Flag Entertainment.
Well, a lot to compact. First of all, shout out to Rose. Exceptional, like you said, exceptional ear for beats, exceptional ear for music. I think he's definitely one of the greatest Southern rappers. I mean, in terms of, I talked about it like when we talked about our last Unpopular Opinion, where we talked about the drugs and the stories and how drug rap has transcended its own little. He's definitely been a part of that. But I would kindly say, please get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Politely, like. Shout out to Rose, but Rose's been living like a wrestler. You get what I'm saying? Like from the beginning, we, like you said, the Officer Ricky thing. We love Rose, so we kind of like downplay that. You get what I'm saying? If that was another artist, we kind of would be on their necks for life about that, you know. But we give Rose that little benefit.
But why is that?
I know why, but I'm gonna let Deanie cook.
It could be because of the music. It could be because of the image they portray. Like Rick, a lot of people was loving that image, bro. Like the biggest boss. People always wanted that person to like, who sets the standard. You know, that was Hov for a while. The person that you look to for finance and business, like, this is the person to go to. 50, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter like how they're living in life. You just see like they're accomplishing things, they're making money, they're killing in the capitalist world, you know? But I think it's wrestling mode, bro. He act like we can't see what's going on, even though we see what's going on. I think he's following the 50 MO, where he sees that there's a lot of money, man, in like strategic controversy. You know what I'm saying? Like building a controversy, partaking in the controversy, because there really was no issue. Those guys made great music together, Drake and Ross. You know what I'm saying? There really was no real reason for him to jump in, but he took a shot. You know, he did his Champagne Moments joint, jumped on there, set some jabs, and like I would agree with what you said, Sin. I don't think they said anything too crazy that they couldn't come back from. He called Drake white boy and said, you ain't hood. Drake said, you fat nigga, you know what I'm saying? You used to be a cop, whatever. So like, I don't think it's anything. They didn't say anything about each other that we didn't know about each other. You get what I'm saying? They didn't unleash like that they have a kid, unknown kid or some shit.
You were hiding a child.
You know what I'm saying? So I think their
Nobody
conversation.
called each other a PDF or nothing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That I mean, he did catch a nugget. You know, he did catch a little uppercut in Toronto or some shit like that. So or Canada. So I don't know
Vancouver.
if that. A part of the Canada, you know what I'm saying? So I do see where there might be some slight trepidation, but for the most part, it's like, yo, we can make a lot of money together. The finance still comes king over everything. And I think Rose, the money comes first, bro. Like, that's the whole persona. He's really like The Rock, low key. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole persona. I think he goes home and he is who he is, but when the camera's cut on, it's, boss talk. I'll buy your house. You know what I'm saying? Put the cows in the tigers in the backyard type shit. You know, he's on that type of shit. And I think a lot of people gravitated to that. But it's not real. I got 90 cars in the garage type shit. Like that shit resonates to some people. A lot of
tigers,
people, you know,
in the backyard. Boss, homie, we got the palm trees. Get the sand is right here. Oh, we got the caretakers in the back. Taking care of
I can't laugh too much today. I'll start.
We got the zookeepers on the lawn, on Sin's lawn. We got the gorilla here. Bring 100 niggas.
But yeah, I think it's just that's Rose. That's Rose shit, bro. It's like he living his own world with this shit, and I think that's what it is, man. He's in his own world. I don't think there's no real deal smoke, and I do think when when Drake gets his footing back, whenever I think Rose will want to be a part of that because it's all
when
about
Drake gets his footing back.
It's gonna
Drake didn't lose his footing. We gotta stop saying get foot. The nigga Nokia moving the album.
Nokia, well,
He ain't the
it's
nigga no
still
more, though.
moving.
I mean,
He ain't the nigga no more.
he not the nigga no more. We know that.
Like-
I'm not wearing no OVO jacket.
Yeah.
But we not gonna keep dragging it like he's just dead. Like I'm saying, like he's still there.
He Lang-esque shirt. So I'm
You
not
know how
there
sometimes you hit
either.
the roach with the roach live? He got hit a few
Yo.
times, but it crawled away. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I
Couple
say,
wax
I
to
say
Couple
this
of wax,
much.
right?
I say this much. You know what I mean? He dropped the album with PND. It was definitely a cut above everything he was trying to do last summer.
Right.
Nokia still, like you said,
You know,
Nokia still moving.
Nokia
Baby
was his best
girl.
shot, but it stalled. It choked.
He ain't the guy.
It got to the second round or something.
Yeah.
Maybe the conference finals, but it didn't.
You know,
It didn't make it to the finals.
shit, we
When
might
Sin
have to
talking
pivot.
hoops.
Facts. We might have to pivot, but like, I got a question for y'all because like the more this thing plays out, there's a question at hand. I was waiting for OVO Capo himself to be here. He just gonna have to miss this conversation.
Oh man,
But like when it comes to Rose, when the Officer Ricky thing happened, I do remember that he got next to Diddy, and that he changed his sonic started to change.
for the better.
You know what I'm saying? Because you think about when he first came into the league, it wasn't really like that. That it was a southern, more southern heavy
Slip
aesthetic.
and slide.
It wasn't trap, but it was big drums,
Yeah.
a big Florida sound. Second album more the same. Then I never forget. I always tell a story. It was a World Star video for that song White Sand, and I was like, oh, he back. And he had Diddy with him, and he was Diddy was acting like Biggie was reincarnated and shit.
That Dirty Money movement was there.
Right, and it was like, oh, this White Sand, this shit's kind of hard. And then he dropped, what was the album before Teflon Don? With the first Mailbag music on there.
The one in the car, right? It's not Port of Miami. It's
No, it's the one.
Chat, let us know in the chat. We're not even gonna waste time.
I'm
That's
not
bad
looking.
potting.
Okay.
You know, well, single look at it while we cook. But that joint with the Mailbag one on there, I'm like, oh, hold on now, this is different. And then we got Teflon Don, and it was like, oh,
that's when I had Drake.
because I hated Rick Ross when he first dropped.
Deeper than rap.
Deeper than rap. That was the sonical change. From the deeper than rap to Teflon Don, then he had the mixtape,
Albert Anastasia.
followed by God Forgives and I Don't. That whole
Listen,
That whole
I know,
run?
I know we all love Teflon Don, but Deeper
Classic.
than rap.
Deeper than rap is some heat, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Usual Suspects with Nas.
Nah, yeah.
Mhm.
Maybach 2.
Mhm.
Rich Off Cocaine.
Yeah, that was some joints on
Come
there.
on, bro. Come on.
Lush sounds.
That Lush Rose to me, I'm of the post New York Golden Era Southern Takeover. Lush Rose is probably my favorite shit to listen to.
Yeah, man.
I got artists that I love to listen to, they're my favorites, but if I want to, like, as far as like ear candy for me personally, when Rose's in that Lush bag, bro,
Take you somewhere.
good God,
Oh
B.
shit. He might be the OG lifestyle rapper.
Ah.
See?
Could you imagine
Aesthetic,
if
yeah.
there was an Instagram like back in like 08, 09?
Mm.
You know what I mean? He'd have been
He'd
like
have
the
been that
soundtrack
guy.
for a lot of niggas.
I'm telling you, bro. He creates his own world. Shout out to him.
But it is corny behavior though, bro. I think also too, I think he likes the internet. Like,
question.
but coming
Oh, yeah.
out of that beef with 50, which is mostly internet shit, I think he was looking at this Drake shit as some internet shit, not real beef.
Nigga
Like-
said, if you want to reconciliate, just send me a bottle of my own champagne.
Right. He was on some internet
Yo, he's
trolling.
different, bro.
But I don't think Rose understood that the rest of the niggas that was involved really don't like this guy. Like Drake was a highly disliked guy amongst his contemporaries. And I think once he really stopped trolling and got punched, because after he got punched, he stopped talking.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
People started to see
He
the weakness,
reassessed.
man.
Maybe he got some text messages from OVO like, yo, bro, what the fuck? Khaled album just disappeared. Remember Khaled had an album that was
Yeah.
coming out? That shit disappeared.
Gone.
You know what I
He's
mean?
supposed to have 2 Drake songs.
Yo,
Two.
Drake said no.
Drake said not
no.
happening.
You know what I mean?
Shit.
But I got to
Never
thinking,
heard
bro,
from it again.
with this whole bot thing, right? And we seeing big city after big city, football stadiums packed,
82,000.
packed, and how quickly things have turned for Drake. Do people really, like, outside of his fans? This is not a question for Drake fans. We're talking about the people who could be swayed in any direction. Did the casual fan
Like,
ever really? Yeah. Did the casual fan? Yeah, pretty much. Did the casual fan ever really love Drake? Because like the swiftness in which they turned, going from venue to venue, and they unless you paying all 82,000 niggas to travel to every venue,
knowing the words to Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying? Was Drake Eminem the whole time?
It's a part of the moment, though, B.
No, but that's the definition of a casual. That they could be swayed so easily.
But the units he was moving, he was doing big numbers. Like niggas, like when you have this impact for this long, people just turn on you that fast. Did they ever fuck with you, or were you just the only option? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's what
it could
is.
be that. It could be like I fuck with the top person. You know what I'm saying? Like they do that. Like I just want to be. I want to be a fan of the person who's the winner. And you could just say, you know what, this
There's
team,
a lot of that too.
You know, like you see like a lot of like newfound Knicks fans, you know, because Boston's getting their back kicked in, you know. So like it's the same shit. I think people just want to belong.
You gotta
feel
mention
me?
the Knicks now. All right.
Come on,
I
man.
see you, bro.
Let me be great. You see what's going on? Junior Knicks since '92. Y'all know what the vibes is.
You was a Lakers fan when I met you, gang.
Yeah, Kobe fan,
my
Kobe
bad.
and Shaq too.
My fault.
Yeah, R.I.P. to the goat. But yeah, I just think when you put all that shit together, man, it's just niggas is trying to get what they trying to get. Niggas is trying to do what they trying to do. So I just want to see where the money's at right now. Like right now, Drake is on ice. You get what I'm saying? So it's easy to kind of like finally he's on ice, you know, like on some cryogenic type shit. But I have to see how it goes when he heats up. Yo, I'm telling you, he ice cold. Like
look, all right,
where he was a year and a half ago.
I
more
can't.
Like a year ago.
I can't believe I'm the one that's about to do this. I have to come to Drake's defense a little bit.
Wow,
there you go.
I think Deanie is keep jumping out the window.
Well, you know, Deanie always throw gas on everything. Yo, that's what he does, bro. He throw the gas on that
keep
shit.
it in the box.
Because I'm gonna compare it to this.
Deanie the nigga wearing the Timbs when you get jumped. By the way,
yo, steel toes, man.
Like the first thing that comes to mind, and you know, obviously I'm aging myself.
Yeah.
You know, but back in the day when everybody, you know, when MC Hammer filed for bankruptcy, and everybody was calling him broke, and he came around. He made sure to say, "Hey, look, I did that. I filed for bankruptcy, but like, I'm broke in rich people terms. You know what I mean? Like." Being MC Hammer broke is not being everyday Joe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you say Drake is cold right now, he's cold for being a Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no question.
A lot of people could only dream of being that cold.
People would love to be this cold.
Right.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? So let's just put it all in perspective. Because
wow, the bill for Drake from Sin. Holy moly.
The
heels have eyes.
But now, because you know,
the fever, it got
I feel you, bro.
but
You're
it's
not
real
right
shit.
right now.
Because it's like we talked about it before. Like everybody falls off a cliff, but like you can either fall off a little baby cliff and then land in the meadow and nobody gives a fuck, or you falling from Mount Everest. Like Drake falling from Mount Everest, bro. But his cliff, like when he falling, his fall is so crazy that he's passing niggas is hitting a ceiling in a lot of ways.
But you know what the craziest part is? The craziest part is like, I didn't think Kendrick Lamar would be up for the challenge. Like when the baton had to be picked up, your man's really out here running with it, bro. Like he the one taking over the charts now. He the one selling out the shows. And not to say he wasn't doing this before, but I mean the way he's actively on the scene now, we ain't never seen this, bro. Like everywhere he go, it's a scene. Everywhere he go, it's a movie. He pop out, it's a whole scenario. So I just feel like I didn't think he would be able to step in. Even Drake kind of said it in the battle too, like you gonna pop out and disappear again. But the way he's been maintaining his spot for this last year, the way he solidified everything, I gotta respect it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't even know this tour was going on.
You see what's going on in the back of the shirt?
Till I looked at
you see what I'm saying? Italy, they going to Rome, they going to Stockholm, they outside.
That's
it's a true tour, bro.
And here's the thing. And I know this is part of the plan, like this is what they envisioned. It has been nonstop Kendrick since this tour started. It's always clips. It's always news. You know what I mean? It's always like, you know, a certain song performed live, or a certain reaction from the crowd, or a record that was broken at a particular tour stop. He's only like what, 6 shows in? 6 shows in?
Yeah.
But
you see the energy.
Like if I were to read off all of the locations on the back of Dini's shirt right now, this is gonna go on for like the next year, bro.
Bruh.
It's going to be nonstop Kendrick on our timelines for the next year. And I know that people are, and I already see it now too. There's gonna be people that was on Kendrick's side that are gonna be like, all right, that's enough.
You think Kendrick fatigue is gonna be a thing?
I think it very well could be.
Happens to everybody, bro.
For the casuals at least, because like that's the definition of a casual. You know what I mean? They go with the bandwagon until they feel like, all right, that's enough of that bandwagon. I'm tired of it. Like I want to move on to the next thing now. You know what I mean? There's very few real actual fans out there when compared to casuals.
Yeah.
It's so few of them that are really like, nah, this is like, I'm a day one. I've listened to all the records. I know the lyrics. Like, you know what I mean? Like, very few of those.
They cater to the casual because the casuals spend it, bro, as you've seen.
Well, that's,
you know what I'm saying? They spend it. They was out there spending their money, you know? So I see why people do.
There's a lot of youth out there.
It was, B. Man. It was. And another
That's
thing.
crazy because I used to think, remember what you said, but I used to think that it was, they used to bank on the hardcores to spend the money.
Yeah.
When did that change that the casuals became like the cash cows?
Been this way for years, bro. Even with the albums, like they run out and get the albums. Like the hardcore fans don't run out and get the albums like they used to. You know, niggas used to buy the vinyls. They first nigga album. I used to unwrap the plastic off and shit. Be the first nigga to make sure you get your copy. I don't think people care no more because you can just kind of press play at any time. A day later, a week later, it's still there. You don't gotta rush it no more.
It's casual culture.
It is, bro.
Social media is casual culture. It's just based on like whatever's in front of you at the moment.
Like I was my issue. I walked in there thinking that it was gonna be a Kendrick Lamar featuring SZA tour. That's what I kind of thought it was gonna be.
Very much.
Yo, shout out to SZA, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
SZA,
oh my god,
SZA, girl,
what?
Baby girl,
like my yo,
I didn't say all that.
Yo, the energy was, bro. There were men singing SZA songs, bro, out loud, full heartedly. Like it was. I haven't seen men do that for a female artist in a long time, bro. Like when the dudes are screaming the song, the lyrics. That was an experience for me, bro.
It's crazy because I went when Hov and B were doing the what was it, on
Everything
the
Is
road?
Love? On the run tour.
On the run tour. I went to that. This is the closest thing I seen to that. But even then, like it was a very
mixed.
No. It was a very, very divided line between like the whole fans and the Beyonce fans. Like this seemed to be much more of a like.
They got a lot of music together, you know.
Yeah.
And it was funny, like the Beyonce fans and the whole fans fake don't get along, you know.
Yo, it's weird,
It's
bro.
very tribal. You know what I'm saying?
That was unison. A lot of people that love her music love his music and vice versa, bro. It was very even keeled. Like 3 hours straight of music, bro. Like 8 to 11 straight.
Ain't that fire when you got 2 mega acts with mad hits?
Worth every
Crazy.
penny, bro.
It's crazy.
Worth every penny. Go see that show, y'all.
And the thing is, like for me personally, I'm the type to like want an album cut here and there somewhere. You know what I mean?
A B-side?
A B-side.
We got
somewhere.
those. He gave us
You know what I mean?
those.
He got a couple, but yeah, no, this was so packed with hits. And you know, chart hits, but also cultural hits. It was a time, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Movie, man.
And like the crowd, the reaction, like a whole stadium full.
Bro.
Shit was crazy.
Thousands on thousands on thousands.
I seen the videos. Y'all shared. I seen Low Key was there. I seen his
Shout out to
videos.
Low.
Like New York really showed out. Like New York beat the allegations because you know people in the West Coast like to drag certain narratives.
Kendrick said that too.
You know what I'm
which
saying?
was just kind of funny. He said that.
Oh yeah?
Word for word. He was like, yo, they saying that y'all don't really get turned up the way y'all supposed to get turned up. Turn up, me here, y'all turn up. Plus it was SZA's hometown. She from Jersey.
Oh.
So when he said that, like
I didn't even know she was. It's crazy.
see what's going on. Wow. Erupted. Stadium erupted, bro.
Look at
like,
the venue, nigga. You sold out MetLife Stadium, nigga. It's an 80,000 seater, nigga.
Movie.
That's why we always used to tell people when they tried to drag this whole thing in New York don't fuck with the West Coast. Like that's not true,
Not
bro.
true, bro.
New York is like we gotta stop. Like, you know, not to get on my New York shit, but it needs to be said. Stop lumping in New York with the rest of these cities.
Talk about
With,
it.
like, we not like y'all, my nigga. And it's not even to be no arrogance with that. New York is its own ecosystem in and of itself. Like Atlanta, LA the closest when it comes to ecosystem.
Yeah.
But Chicago, Atlanta, Miami, the rest of them big cities, Vegas, all that, y'all can't really understand what's going on here. Y'all keep letting the internet gas y'all. Like New York, specifically New York City, has its own orbit. We talk about rap and having like sub-genres within rap. There's sub-genres within New York culture.
Facts.
Different eras within New York culture. Different vibes, different sonics. You let some, like, no disrespect to Capo, but you let a nigga like Capo go on like Angela Yee show and say some shit about Drake. When we come on the rap round table and we say, yo, he don't speak for us, it's because there's so many people in this fucking city.
Yo.
We the biggest city in the world for a reason. So how can Capo himself speak for so many people when he don't? He's 50 plus. He speaks for us, a very specific target demo.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like the 35 to 45 crowd of New York City. Our sonics, our ear for music is the most diverse of any city. Because we our primes is peak New York. We was partying to the South shit.
Yep.
We was partying to the underground shit.
West Coast
Sin was
shit.
bumping we teased him, but he was bumping the coffee house shit.
You-
The
look,
boom bappery.
But
the West
piggyback
shit
off
too.
that, to actually expand on that, everything that everybody says about subgenres now in hip hop, they all started in
True.
on that.
every last one of them.
True. Because remember the like the real underground hard, like the raucous niggas.
Yeah.
They wasn't fucking with the
Loud.
bad boy niggas. They felt like there was everything wrong with hip hop.
Too shiny suit.
Facts.
I mean, and here's the thing. I come from an era where like at least I felt there wasn't as much distinction between all the subgenres. It was just like it was hip hop, and we knew that there was different energies in hip hop.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like jazz rap, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tribe, Diggable Planets.
Yes.
You know, different from conscious rap, Public Enemy.
Facts.
What was that with Lord Jamar and
Brand Nubian.
Brand Nubian? Thank you. That was different from the hardcore shit, Wu-Tang,
Facts.
Onyx. You know what I mean? That was different
Mobb
from what
Deep.
Mobb Deep, and was different from what Bad Boy
MOP,
ended up doing.
what they was
Yeah,
doing.
yeah,
You know what I
Street
mean?
shit.
Like that's all ground level New York.
Epicenter shit. Yeah.
Everything. You know what I mean? And it just all depending on what neighborhood in New York you went to that was fucking with different energies.
Different frequencies for a fact. So that's why when niggas be like, oh, New York can't get along, it's like, nigga, how can we not some small city? We got, 3 million people here?
Yeah, man.
We not gonna be on the same accord.
Yeah.
So when you try to put these charges, and there was mad niggas that love the West Coast. When I was a kid, and I had older cousins, they was listening to West Coast shit. They was bumping that Death Row shit. They love the West.
Classic shit.
Like, y'all niggas really be misconstrued by a couple of voices that have a platform that might be biased, like a Funk Flex. And then you think that he speak for the rest of them? Flex, I've never had a conversation with Flex. So how could he speak for me?
Facts.
He's not a consensus. You know what I mean? That's why when the shit with Joey Badass was popping off and they was really trying to drag some East Coast, West Coast shit, New York niggas was like, nah, because like, we got too much going on in this city to just stand behind Joey Badass because he's from New York.
Just say forget
Like,
the West. Yeah.
New York is such a political city. Like put it this way, like if we in a friend group and you do some fuck shit, we might fight with you, but as soon as we finish fighting, we gonna probably beat you up for getting us in the shit in the first place.
The coast basically said, we leaving this kid for dead because, yo, we not starting no shit with nobody that you just jumped out for.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
New York niggas hate a nigga that jump out the window. If everybody chilling, if everybody on the block chilling, that one nigga jump out the window, fuck the vibe and bring the boys to the block,
always that
we
one.
hate that nigga.
there's always
That's what
that
Joey
one.
Badass did. But people don't understand the culture of New York and the vastness. That's why I always tell niggas, stay out of, if you're not from the town, stay out of New York business. Because you don't get us. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Like, we the nigga that said, we'll be on the train commuting to work while the crazy niggas fucking smoking meth on the opposite side of the car. And we don't care. We won't even
Regular shit.
blink. We gonna play our music and just wait for our stop. We just desensitized to a lot of shit. But yeah, bro, like, I shout out to y'all I shout out to everybody, y'all and everybody who went to the show for beating those allegations. Because it's like, stop putting that on us, bro.
I feel like it was 3/4 New York City in there, bro.
If Brooklyn can't get along with Harlem and Harlem sometimes can't get along with the Bronx, I expect us to be on the same page with everything, bro.
Might have been some Jersey, some Philly niggas too, because it's right there, you know.
That's a hub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it was the energy, man, palpable, bro.
Facts.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: moving on, staying with Kendrick, but not necessarily the beef, but more so like, you know, for everything that's good, you got like sometimes weird things that come out of it as well. From y'all perspective, just perusing the internet and seeing what's going on, do y'all think that there's people who are like, in some ways, because they hate Drake or what Drake represents, they're trying to live vicariously through Kendrick's success? Dini, I come to you with that first.
No question.
Okay.
No question. I hate to say it too, but like Kendrick has become the new, in the way that we used to say, yo, who you fuck with in hip hop? And the person would just say Nas. And everybody be like, damn, what songs you know? And if you know enough songs, I can't really hate on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to go further in depth with the card pulling.
Or wearing the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Not knowing none of the songs.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to like ask more questions to be more in depth. But yeah, it's
I did that to bro who loved, remember our old coworker who loved J. Cole?
Yeah, shout out to the homie. I talked to him the other day too.
And he swore, yeah, because y'all on y'all next
shit.
Yeah.
My God.
And bro was swearing he was hip hop, and I asked him if he ever heard Survival of the Fittest, and he didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
And
I was like, fuck out of here. This happened like 09.
So some people,
I had a drink in my mouth. I almost spit it out, bro.
He didn't know.
Some people were not like, they didn't get connected to the cloth.
So don't talk to me about rap.
Because you're already connected. But what he'll do is he'll find an echo chamber of people who just got connected the way he got connected, and that's when you get these little hate groups that we got.
Y'all was the same age?
Nah, he got a couple years on me, but like I got a couple years on him, partner.
Oh.
He like more like Mace age.
All right,
like
but Mace knows.
Yeah,
but yeah, like it's a
tourist, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a little Zelda key that gets you into like
the Zelda.
You know what I'm saying? Into a lot of little locked doors. He's the guy of the time right now, man. He's the guy that you say, yo, who you a fan of in hip hop? Yo, I love Kendrick.
That shit not corny to you? Like niggas is trying to like use it.
It is.
Okay,
but I expect that because he's the guy right now, bro. When Hove was the guy, niggas loved Hove.
Yeah.
When Nas was the guy, niggas loved Nas. Like Big Daddy Kane was the guy, they loved Big Daddy Kane. Like when you're the guy, bro, the people want to fuck with who's the guy. When Drake was the guy, like he had it for like damn near 15 years when he was the guy.
I seen that shit with niggas is trying to dress like Drake. Remember that shit? They had the competition who could be Drake. The Drake looking like
Jesus Christ. It was like 30 niggas up like Drake in the room. Oh, nightmare fuel. One is enough.
Cringe.
But like, yeah, man, I do see it. I do see. Not to sound funny, you know, Drake instigated a lot of like music, you know, that'll get your girl stolen. You know what I'm saying? So if you go into the, you know what I'm saying, you get into the phone, you see those couple of bars that got your joint swept over feet. You might hate a nigga, bro. Like this is just real human shit. You know what I'm saying? He made a lot of music that basically like equipped that movement. So I'm thinking between that, there's a lot of instances, you know, like. And plus, people want to see the nigga on top lose sometimes. Like Kendrick right now, he running it, but after a while, people gonna want to see him lose too.
Yeah,
you know. And then the next guy gonna come in, and what's the line from Dark Knight again? The hero shit.
Live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
That's pretty much like that, bro.
Die a hero, live long enough to see yourself.
Because Drake became the villain. You get what I'm saying? And right now, Kendrick is living his life. And then when that time comes, he gonna be the
Drake the villain though?
Or is he just, it don't sound like the villain because he's the loser in the story, but you could be a loser villain.
Play out, and I look at this grand national tour, I feel like niggas was never really outside of his fans, they was not jacking him like that, bro. I really feel that way. This tour is telling, because they, you know why? Because it counteracts the whole bot argument, and his wave wasn't, because the whole argument was that Kendrick's wave was not real.
I seen C3PO out there.
Oh, you
did say, yeah, I did.
R2D2,
R2D2 also.
So it's
BB-8.
like
it was in different sections though.
Because if he did like a little stadium tour and he had like 10,000 seaters, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for you to go to football stadium, the football stadium, and set records at every fucking stadium, like, did niggas really like you like that? But carry on, Dini.
My nigga, I looked at the number. It said 82,500. Granted, it's not a football game, so they take out those back end seats.
Yeah, but then the floor seats replace.
My dude. Yeah. Like, you seen the videos, bro. I captured like full length video. Like, my nigga, like, it was millions on. It felt like there was millions of people in there, bro.
Claustrophobia on 1,000 in that bitch.
Like, people were on their feet. Like, since seeing where I was sitting at, like everyone surrounding me I was the only nigga sitting, bro. Like, everybody else was on their feet, dancing, screaming, going crazy. People were really having the time of their life. I can't even call cap on none of this shit, like the Super Bowl when they said the A minor shit was false. Nah, I heard that A minor, bro. Niggas was screaming
Bro,
that shit. Like,
I got there wild late. The ushers or whatever.
Oh, you
they
missed the
call
beginning of the show?
Yeah.
Tough.
And
not too much though.
no, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't
45 minutes out of 3 hours
yeah.
though. You feel what I'm saying?
But they was trying to. They was on my back about getting to my seat. I'm like, do you see what's going on? Like,
Yeah,
it's
bro.
literally packed.
It's pandemonium.
Wow,
It's
bro.
the middle of a song. People are packed like this, like sardines, bro. Like, let the song end at least before I try to find my fucking
It's a
seat.
momentum.
Because then you become the dickhead trying to get to your
Bro,
seat.
While
You know what I
everybody's
mean?
recording,
Everybody's recording
and
and
vibing.
shit.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Exceptional, man. Exceptional.
Just say the rap snob. Are you concerned about people living vicariously through Kendrick in a negative way? Trying to push agendas and whatnot?
I mean, there's always gonna be somewhat of an agenda. It's just like, is it, for lack of a better word, is it a righteous agenda? You know what I mean? And I feel that this is a righteous agenda. You know what I mean? This is an agenda that's on the right side of the culture.
The right side of history.
The right side of history.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, like to what Dini was saying, like, you know, Drake becoming the villain. I think in a certain sense, I don't know, a lot of people felt like Drake was always kind of the villain. And
talking shit.
But we couldn't get him out of the square, you know what I mean? We couldn't get him out of the paint. And here comes Kendrick. Kendrick, again, we've talked about this at length. Like, for a very long time, we wondered if he was up to this challenge, like you said. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened in his life. I don't know what work he had to do on himself. You know, he put a whole album out talking about work that he's had, you know, stuff that he's had to work through.
Therapy album.
You know what I mean? But he's here now, and I think what Kendrick is feeling right now is like you're saying, there's always going to be a top guy, and there's always going to be casuals that are going to be on the bandwagon for the top guy. If it's going to have to be somebody,
maybe a righteous,
it might as well be me. You know what I mean? And I might as well do the work to be that top guy, regardless of how I ultimately feel about the industry.
So State Farm is in good hands.
The
Allstate, my friend.
all of the cloud, all of the social media shit, being in the public eye, regardless of how I feel about that shit. Like, if I really, really care about this shit and want to put the shit on my back, I'm gonna have to do the work and be that guy.
Plus, there's fuel. There's fuel. You know, like, I don't like this guy. I'm taking his spot, and now people are kind of expecting me to kick his back in. I don't have to kick his back in. I don't have to drop. I don't have to do 616. I don't have to do Euphoria, like, every time I do a performance. But there's certain songs people want to hear, so they know I'm not letting up. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's kind of like, so it's
a
lot of motivation.
And every time I go back and listen to 616, like, that's his little, you know, conversation with God or whatever.
Yeah, man.
That's what it was all about.
Well, my question would be, is he in a position, before I give my perspective, is he in a position where he'll have to continuously diss Drake going forward? Is there a place where he can move away from this battle, or because right now he's not in the battle, he's on the periphery of it, but a lot of it is still, like, you know, the moments are still tied to it. When, you know, people are posting they clips on the internet, it's not like us, it's like that, it's Euphoria. Is he in a position where he has to keep dissing them, or can he just get back to being Kendrick Lamar,
at some point,
all-time great rapper who makes all-time great albums?
At least for this tour, he gotta keep putting the Timbs on. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep kicking the back in. Like, if I didn't hear those songs, I'd have been sick. You feel me? Like, I needed to hear those songs. I think he needs, the people who gonna want to hear this shit in Stockholm, whatever, they gonna want to hear them songs too.
We needed to hear those songs, but we also had to see with our own eyes,
bro,
the reaction.
The real humans.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Shout out to the real humans. Real quick, I ain't say it all episode. We need 400 likes on each and every video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe option, hit the notification bell. Keep tapping in with the Rap Roundtable. The subscribership is slowly but surely growing. We at 21.3K. We'll be at 22K pretty soon. We'll be at 30K pretty soon. We are gradually growing. We fight our little mini battles. We kick people's backs in, and we continue to ascend. But we only do that with your help.
Yes.
Real humans.
One day at a time.
You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. I also think that he had to play it this way because Drake is such a force.
Yeah, man.
Like jokingly referencing the cockroaches, you got to hit a bunch of times. If he would have just dissed him and then just vanished, Drake goes back to business as usual. Like Drake is such a force that he has to keep stepping on this nigga. He has to keep reminding the public of what happened before we move on. Niggas, some people complain and say we talk about it too much. But I feel like the people who don't like us are the ones who complain. The people who, because the thing is, if you look at our viewership stats, like we have a pretty consistent, I would say 5 to 7K people who tune in regularly.
Yes.
Like I feel like recently we've been hovering around 7K. You know what we talk about behind the scenes as we try to grow the brand. I won't give away the secrets. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't deserve it. So they don't mind us talking about it because we're not just like doing clout shit. We're actually talking about the news and what's going on. And it's like I feel like Kendrick looks at it like, yeah, I gotta keep my foot on this motherfucking neck because he can slither away and do a Party Next Door collab album and drop a slap. That's the thing. Like that's why I like to talk about people living vicarious. It's like we've gotten to a place, and you know what? Maybe I'm a hypocrite because I was the Jay-Z fan in a situation where I was mad that he lost to Nas, right? But it's like you can't say nothing good about Drake. Every time we tweet something or we post something or we talk about something on the pod, if we say Drake made 3 songs and it was all gas, there's gonna be some Kendrick fan that's calling us OVO Glazers or OV hoes. So it's like, or if we talk about Kendrick too long, we glazing Kendrick, and it's just like we get into this place where it's like, if you're gonna be rational, Kendrick has to keep his foot on this guy's neck because that Nokia did happen, even if it did lose steam. Drake is a force. Him, you want to say he got writers because we know that's a favorable talking point. He has his writers, his team of writers. Cool. Whatever it is, when it gets to the DSP and it drops, it's gonna do some damage. Kendrick can't just disappear. But I'll talk about those people who get mad and they call us OV hoes because it's like, are y'all really like fans of Kendrick? Or are y'all just looking at rap or hip hop in a certain kind of way? And y'all want it so bad to be this that y'all willing to like make Kendrick become like your personality. You know what I'm saying? Like when that's what I mean by living vicariously. It's like, bro, like it mean in facts, like it mean like if in some cases it feels like it means more to some people than it does to Kendrick to kick Drake's back in. And when I like just having that experience, just seeing posts on the internet and seeing how people respond, like so wild crazy. Like say now, boom, hypothetically, Drake drops sometime next week when it's a great song and we react to it and Sin say is fire as the Kendrick fan, and we all agree with Sin. The same people who's been supporting us for weeks gonna say we OV hoes. And it's like what we doing? Like, my whole thing is I just want to know, what are we doing there? Is this rap? Did the nigga lose a battle and we just laughing, or is it some super fan stand shit?
Popularity contest slash.
You gotta wonder, not to get super personal, but like, you gotta wonder what is going on in said person's personal life and what they got going on. You know what I mean? Because when you get to that level of fandom, it goes for anybody.
Stand.
For anybody. Even if you're a fan of my favorite rap, it goes for anybody. If you can't
you got some niggas acting like Drake can't do nothing good. I'm not a Drake fan, but it's like everything he does is not good, it's not this, you overanalyzing it, you panning it, and it's just like, whoa. But it feel like something else now. You know what I mean?
But if you can't accept something good that a rapper that you don't like does, or if you can't accept a critique on your favorite rapper, you might be in too deep.
Sin called it, man. It's politics, bro. Like a Dem can't say a Republican did anything good, a Republican can't say a Democrat did anything good. It's
identity politics.
It's weird though, bro. Like at some point you got to be able to see through. Like I'm not a big Drake fan, but that song was dope. I'm not a big Kendrick fan, but that concert was dope. You know, like
Facts,
why can you not just acknowledge basic truths, bro? When you have to deny reality That's where the delusion shit sets in. That's when you
Like you
become
got
a straight
niggas that's
groupie.
going so crazy to where niggas from Kendrick team got to correct them and be like, "Are you doing a lot?" You know what I'm saying? Like you going. Oh,
I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
like you gotta
Big
chill.
work,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Because you're doing too much, and it's not. I mean, it's not. I'm not.
girl.
I'm not. I'm not criticizing the person, but when a nigga gonna tell you that you doing a lot,
Chill out.
chill the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's really feeling like on some political shit. Drake versus Kendrick in a lot of ways when it comes to the fan bases. Being that I've been blessed enough to live through both. The fan base, this is worse than Jay-Z versus Nas.
Yeah, it is, bro. And
Like to me, this is far left versus far right, my nigga.
Social media don't help.
There's no.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The galvanization of the
Yeah.
crews.
course.
So you have to really look for a J fan to feel the way you felt. You don't gotta look
Right.
for them now. You just go on the internet and there's millions of them. You know
Sid,
what I'm
help
saying?
me out here. In political terms, a nigga in the middle is usually called a liberal,
Centrist.
a centrist.
yeah.
There's no centrist.
None.
Like with Nas versus Jay, depending on the day or the mood, I was somewhere between just being a Democrat, quote unquote. I was never far left.
Yeah.
I was a Democrat or I was a centrist because Nas was making some heat. So it's like if I love rap so much, it's like I can't deny that this nigga's making some gas. There's no point in that battle where you could hear me say that Stillmatic was trash, Godson was trash, Lost Tapes was trash because it was gas. I'm not gonna say that.
But that's
you know
where
what I mean?
that's where the fan in you, the cloth fan appreciates the. This is not. I want my artist to win, but the artist who I'm going to is making heat.
Right.
The ability to acknowledge the fact that they're making fire. The niggas can't do that, bro. Like if I like you, you're always great. If I don't like you, you're always
I don't like
bad,
that,
bro.
To me, that's not cloth behavior.
That's the way niggas be lifing like that, bro.
It's so much more extreme now that it permeates over into
everything, bro.
Everything else, like the whole rest of the camp. Like if Schoolboy Q drops something, trash. If Ab Soul drops something, trash. If J Rock drops something, like the whole Dolce hate train.
It's OVO.
It's all rooted in OVO. You know what I mean? All of it.
It's real shit.
It's crazy.
I don't like that, bro. Like, I just feel like we in too deep now. Like, you should be able to, you could say your favorite one, especially if your favorite one, you don't gotta go on the internet and lie. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Like, if Drake come out and Nokia's heat, just say his heat. Fuck that nigga, but his heat. Nigga, I was bopping, made you look.
I said it when we had the reaction.
That part.
I was like, that's the one.
Yeah.
That is the one. And sure enough, it ended up being the one. Not literally the one. It was the 4. It was the 3.
It was 2. Wasn't it 2 at some point?
It was a 3.
It was the 2.
I don't think it was the 2.
All right.
You reminded me of that Nick Young shit. It was a 3.
It was a 3.
That was my bad, coach.
Like, I could be the same nigga that love made you look and say turn, take over the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like we getting, I feel like this shit, not the rappers, but this fan shit, I feel like it's going a little too far. You know what I'm saying?
Fandom is fandom, man. It's hard to get.
And because niggas you don't got to worry about seeing or bumping into a nigga with the internet. You could be anyone, anywhere, and say anything. Like, we seeing this shit play out, and it's just like, guys, calmate, bro. Are we here for the music or are we here for something else?
Something else for a lot of people, man. The niggas who love this shit is here for the music. But there's a lot of people that's here for something else, B.
They need avatars.
Well, Kendrick, for a lot of them, is his. They looking at Kendrick as they avatar.
What is it, the braids?
Like, that's not you, nigga. If Drake make a record and it slaps, you know what I mean? We gonna be somewhere this summer, you gonna rock to it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You don't gotta act like you don't like it. These niggas like they want to be gang members. Like, this is not Bloods and Crips. The fuck going on?
The Drakes and the Drax.
You know what I mean? Like, the Drakes and the Dricks. You know what I mean?
The Drakes and the Drax, bro. Gang.
I'm OG PG Lane, cuz.
OG. Triple OG PG, bro.
Like, come on, bro.
Oh, shit.
But we gotta move on, man. Great conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one talks about the shit the way we talk about it. You struggle to find a podcast that talks about this shit the way that we do, down to niggas stealing our talking points and running with it and not giving
Facts.
credit, but then want to
Talk
quote
about
tweet when they disagree. Busby talking to you. I'm putting an address on that one, nigga.
Without no flat earthers on the cast.
Nah, flat. Nah, you know what I mean, I don't give a fuck. Why do we care? Why is that even a conversation? Whether the earth is round or flat, nigga, is the ground underneath you? Are your feet there?
Yep.
Are you
Are you
floating into the
stepping?
atmosphere? Why do we give a fuck? Why do we care?
Oh, man.
Oh shit, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And then having I'm talking about real arguments turning red. Anyway, I forgot what topic we was going to next. All right, boom.
Yeah.
Hit the like button, hit the notification bell. 400 likes
that.
All
on
that.
each and every video. Lock in with the Rap Roundtable. We need your support to continue growing the brand. We've seen people even in our comments say, we're surprised that you guys are not bigger than what you are, because we're not a dick riding platform. We're not a glazing platform. I think our biggest weakness as to why we not like bigger is because we choose to be fair. You know what I'm saying? So we need the people who like fair potting to hit the subscribe option.
Yeah.
Do that.
If we just straight hopped on it and just said fuck on whatever side, we go even crazier.
Yeah.
And also, we might be a little too.
Oh well, yeah, you know.
And people don't like it.
If we had an accent, you know, we'd be out of here. We'd be out. You shitting me? If we was from like Atlanta,
shit.
we'd be out of here. We talk. You know what I'm saying? It's a talk.
Or maybe we need a flat earther on the cast. I don't
No,
know,
we gotta
maybe.
find somebody from Atlanta. Let him be the A mic. You know what I'm saying? Say
Oh, man.
shit like that. Speaking of podcasts, Jadakiss and Fat Joe,
Speaking of New York podcast.
Yes.
have decided to launch a podcast. This is very random for me. Like I didn't see any kind of momentum. I know Joe was doing this thing on Instagram with the whole Joper thing for a second. I know that Jadakiss has that podcast with I think it's the two black guys, the two Jews. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what made these two people come together to do a podcast? It seems seems very random. I'm confused. New York niggas turning their personalities as rappers into pod hosts. Shout out to Nori. I'm lost. To sit the rap stuff. We know you under the weather, but we need your perspective.
Let us know.
I'm rooting for them.
Okay.
I'm rooting for them. I hope it's successful. I hope they bring us fire content. I hope they bring us great perspectives we haven't seen or heard before. I hope they bring us great stories from, all the lore, all the New York lore that they probably hold on to. But I've seen a couple of clips.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me, son.
It's not looking good.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's not looking good.
They got to take podcast courses?
I mean, it's just I do feel like it's an odd pairing.
I agree.
Maybe it might work because Joe's a talker. He's a storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for lack of a better word, I don't mean any disrespect by this, but he's a yapper. He's a bona fide yapper.
So he's the A mic?
He's definitely
chatty?
the A mic. He's very chatty. You know what I mean? And so, to counterbalance that, you might need somebody to in the B mic to be like reactive, to just give the, just give the take or the reactions of what he says. But like from the clips that I've seen, and you got to figure when they cut a clip to post on social media, this is gonna be like the best that they have to offer. Right. You know what I mean? This is gonna be something that's gonna reel the people in.
Yeah.
And all I'm seeing is just like Joe yapping. And then Jadakiss is just there like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Word. Damn.
Raspy ass voice.
Yo.
And it's easy for me to do right now because I'm sick. You know what I mean? That's
word.
but that's the voice. Yeah. Word.
Word up, son.
You right. Yeah. And it's like there's not an awful lot there. There's like what's the chemistry there?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't see the chemistry between them.
Like what ties Fat Joe and Kiss together to do a pod?
And I think the thought was
from New York, nigga. That's what makes it
right. I think the thought was, you know what I mean? First of all, the Bronx, Yonkers, very close together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably
Uptown
somewhat
history.
like-minded. I've done records together, of course. Joe doing his IG thing, and Jadakiss being part of that other podcast you mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. But that podcast included the entire Locks and then like 2 other guys.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's like 5 people.
2 Jews.
Right. I'm trying not to, but
stay out
That's
of
the
it.
name of the
I
podcast.
understand.
I'm not even trying to be funny.
That's like
Let's be clear.
it's 5 people, so it's easy for Jadakiss to just like jump in,
Fade away.
you know what I mean? When it's time for a Jadakiss interjection, and then he just falls back when when it's not time for him to be part of it.
Right.
But now, paired up with Fat Joe, it's just the 2 of you. You're gonna have to be more of an input, and it just doesn't seem like there's much of a chemistry there between the 2 of them. So I don't know, man. I'm not really digging it.
Talk to me, Dini.
On like Sin said, man, on face value, I'm kind of happy about this, and on face value, 2 lifelong New York brothers, they have a lot of things in common. They went to war with 50, made music with Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? A lot of New York wars, a lot of, like Sin said, the lore, the stories. I'm sure the stories are gonna be great, and as far as the stories, but I did see a clip of a story about Fat Joe smoking weed and something about running out of his house butt naked or some shit like that. But and I just thought to myself, like, this is not what I thought I was gonna get from a Jada and Fat Joe pod. Like,
They might have thought it was funny. It wasn't that funny.
like, first of all, I seen Kiss get in the bug for this shit. I seen him on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Shout out to Mero. Seen him on JPB. You know what I'm saying? JBP.
And 2 black guys and
then that other joint. So I'm like, he's
it's the name of the show. Why do I keep laughing when we say it?
You know the vibes, bro. You know the vibes.
Well, we're not bad people. We're not trying to be funny.
great
That's the name of the
folks.
show.
But like, I just
They
feel like
renderers are getting flagged every time they drop, quite frankly.
I just feel like it might not be the best idea. Maybe not as a podcast. Maybe as like a docuseries or something where they could get together and just like explain how certain tours were, how being in the tunnel was. As far as
It needs some
like,
structure.
big, like as far as that's why low key it would have been funny. You know what I'm saying? If they just called the podcast "I'm from New York,"
Yeah.
I got 100 guns, 100 clips, nigga. I'm from New York.
Call it tunnel stories.
And just basically give the stories of New York to the whole world. Like, yo, remember like back in '94, we was with this person and that person and this, like old great stories. But I don't know, as far as everyday talk, banter, like, yo, Kiss, what you have for breakfast? Like, I just don't, I just don't see it for them guys. You know what I'm saying? But I think Kiss, individually, great storyteller. I think Fat Joe, when he want to like talk his shit, he could talk his shit. And I feel like they figured that combination will be fire. So far, the clips I've seen, not too much. But like I said, man, when Kiss puts his mind to some shit happens. And when Joe gets involved, shit happens. So I'm maybe between the 2 of them, I'm sure the guests will be great. Who wouldn't pull up to a Joe Kiss podcast?
That's a fact.
Who wouldn't pull up to have a conversation with those guys?
Sanction.
But as far as just individually, them 2 talking, I don't want to sound like a hater as a nigga, like, on a podcast, but that's just not what I wanted in the bingo cards, No hate.
No hate.
But rooting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely. I hope they can pull it off. I love those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Much like, Issa Rae said that one time, we going for everybody black. We going for everybody New York.
That's
you
a
know what I mean?
fact.
If you from New York and you out here doing shit, we here for you. Even like, that's why when they used to get mad, the ultra cloth niggas, we understand. But I used to be like, yo, I'm fucking with Ice Spice. It was mainly not because I thought her music was fire. It's because she from New York. If she viral and she from the town, Fuck it.
Making noise.
Make facts. It ain't too many of us that get that opportunity.
This is facts.
The league don't want New York in the game like that. So if they let Ice Spice in, I fucking New York.
Yeah.
You see her little carbon copy now? She got another one that's kind of like her, but like taller and slim, like her opposite in a lot of ways. You ain't you seen her. We can talk about it now, but she's
her name,
but she's the next iteration. She a little viral right now. If you from the town and you making waves, bro, even if I don't like your music, bro, I'm not gonna come out here and shit on you. I don't give a fuck what niggas gotta say. Y'all could be in the comments and say she trash. You're not gonna catch me on wax saying it because she's from the city. She from the city. She rapping. She making waves. She throwing a little ass from time to time, or most of the time. You know what I mean?
A lot of the time.
Because niggas will correct. Because Demi called himself on Twitter correcting niggas.
Peeped.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Demi,
damn, Demi.
hey.
Like, we had a whole segment. All you can focus on is me saying she don't shake that much ass.
That
Like,
one
God, hey, like,
man.
Demi, that's like, come on, bro. You the biggest New York nigga I know. Why,
Talk about
let
it.
me lie on air in peace. Yeah. Fuck. Golly, like, what team you on, son?
Shit.
That's one thing I like about the South. A nigga can lie about some shit about on the South, and the South will not rush to correct
Let
that
him
nigga.
be great.
If it's a small lie, like saying like fucking like Meg don't shake that much ass, niggas will let that shit lie. Yeah, they will let it go. The South will let the big lies go, but the little white lies they let that shit go because they
man.
support. Here come New York. Oh yeah, she does shake a lot of ass.
That ain't true.
So what? You like it when she shake the ass? What difference does it make?
Yeah.
But with this podcast, I got to overthinking a whole lot. and the idea that popped into my brain was Jadakiss, the personality, was born the night of that versus. Niggas love that moment on the stage. This is Kiss. I'm outside. What a moment.
We got Grammys. These niggas got grams.
A lot of people didn't know Jadakiss, the personality at that time, outside of New York. I'm not speaking for the towns. We always know Kiss was kind of, humorous.
Yeah.
Personality. Witty. Thank you, Deanie. But like people saw that. They said, oh, this guy, he's pretty awesome. He's really good at rapping. Hell of a personality. The whole thing with the podcast with the two black guys and the two, you know what I mean? Does Jadakiss sound Italian? They made it a whole thing with their podcast. So he's become a personality.
Yeah.
The best thing for him is coming out of the verses is that I'm sure he's still getting bags off of that verse.
No question.
But it's like, is Jadakiss an orator? Can Jadakiss carry a 2-man podcast? Is Jadakiss DJ EFN? Because EFN does a great job of keeping shit moving.
Yeah,
it's a great balance between Nori cutting niggas off at EFN trying to keep the conversation going. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I guess the podcaster in me sees that like the podcast has just become an opportunity for a lot of niggas.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's a wave.
Some niggas is good at it though.
Right.
Shout out
Fat
to
Joe.
Ken and Mace.
Fat Joe's a great, like, he don't need a co-host to me.
That's not even a podcast.
What do you even call it?
Kind of is a podcast.
Cam and Mace?
Yeah.
It is what it is?
Yeah, that's a podcast, bro. It's a show, but it's...
What do you call that?
I mean, I guess technically. Technically, if it's broadcast on the internet.
Niggas watching on YouTube.
Primarily.
It's like...
You're right. But
You know
I
what
think
I
of
mean?
it as something.
I feel
Anyway.
you.
Yeah.
So I just feel like this shit just feel random as fuck. Like the best podcasts are the ones that happen organically or some shit happened to where they had a link up. Kind of like ours. We didn't, like when we first got together all them years ago, it wasn't to do this. But then when we did it, it was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Then we did it like, we potted like, because we potted, yeah, because I was crazy. You know what I mean?
It was.
That was crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, that was fucking crazy.
Hey.
The whole context of it wild as fuck. Y'all can eject me. I'm sorry. But then we potted 2 other times after that.
Yeah.
And the energy was the same. We was like, oh, we got something here. We got lightning in the bottle. Let's pursue it. You know what I'm saying? And you see that with some pods or like certain personalities going on other pods. Oh, this nigga need a podcast. It would be great. And I look at Kiss and Joe and I'm like, what is the tie in here? What's the story? Did you text Kiss one day and say, let's do a podcast? Or was it a situation where some person had a bag for niggas and they just made it come together? I hope that the podcast does well. But me just being the straight guy, like, you know what I mean? Like being very serious about this, I don't see it having legs. Because Fat Joe was way over the top.
Yeah.
He be lying. And then you got Kiss. And Kiss is funny, But Kiss needs a third mic. If there's like, you know how like, you know what it is? Here's what I say. You know how you do like Carmelo's pod and you got like a Mero in there?
Yeah.
They need a Mero. They need a third mic in there to just
I don't know if that's a good example.
I just mean like somebody who could like carry
a lively nigga.
I don't like that podcast.
You don't like 7P? I love that show.
Yeah, Mero, I like Mero.
You know this? I like Mello. Because I didn't know Mello was such a great, because he was so guarded as a player. So when Mello pods like, oh, this nigga got a lot to say. He's a hell of a speaker. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Mello, man.
He's like I know he's from Baltimore, but he's the most New York hood smart nigga ever.
Yeah.
Because it's mad at him.
He got ties here.
Again, if you from New York, you know a Mello in your real life.
Yeah.
Hood, ultra hood nigga, but when you get to talking to the nigga, he read books. You know what I mean?
He's erudite.
Facts. Low key 5%er.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. You see
shit
the
like
piece.
that. But it's like they maybe not a Mero. Maybe was Jesus doing anything?
Ah.
All right. I like him. Granted, his first season of 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, Mero was mad annoying. And he kind of got demoted in season 2. But he's found
Maybe
he's found
it's
his footing.
and I feel bad because Spanish brothers.
If you're not good, you're not good.
Jesus was always like the star.
Yeah, you think so? I thought Mero was the star.
Mero was funny.
Mero was the funny nigga. We wasn't tuning in for Jesus.
Jesus was funny too, though.
But
Mero was more animated.
Y'all really feel that way?
Hell yeah.
I always felt like
what Jesus doing right now?
I always felt like Jesus was
commercials about your schlong not working. Like, what we talking about?
Is that? Have you seen that? What?
This a commercial. You mean that one? Like Ozempic, one of them two. He doing like
what's the little red dress with the flame on him?
No, dead ass though. I'm not even trying to be funny.
I don't know.
Roll something. roll.
I don't know. From my experience, I always felt like Jesus was the funny one, and Mero just like he would jump on the he would jump onto Jesus' joke. That's how I always felt.
Well, you not wrong, but Mero the nigga like if you getting roasted and Jesus' joke is not good, Mero gonna make the joke funny.
Yo, some niggas can't create their own shot, but if they get that shot in the corner, it's always money. You know what I'm saying?
But
I see.
But they need a host. You see how like Cam and Mace got Shorty to be the moderator?
Yeah.
There needs to be someone there to like be a good vessel. You know what I mean? Because it's like I don't see it. I don't want it to fail, but I just don't see it. What's SP doing? SP don't want to.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, a Locks cast would be.
You already
official.
got it with the.
I'm talking about just them. I would have tuned in for that because the stories are probably out of line. I would love to hear some of them private school stories, bro. Personally, I would love to.
I
would love to hear some of them stories. Like, yo, y'all niggas was trapping in the hood, man. Like, how did y'all maneuver through that? Like,
the fuck are you talking
from real
about?
niggas, you know what I'm saying? These are real niggas.
Come on, bro. Where's Lord Jamal?
Like, who is this guy?
It's just a question,
Where
bro.
he come from?
It'll be a great
And why
conversation.
Keep acting like he's somebody that we need to fuck with. Get rid of this guy.
I'll be here for it. Yeah, Mo. You know what I'm saying?
You want to hear private school stories, but Kiss a fraud?
No, you know,
that reminds me.
It was a very small. You know what I'm saying? When I said it, I even did the little pinch.
Nah,
like
I have a story about A Vanessa, not Spanish. I'll tell you.
Oh, it's not pod worthy.
You know, like
fair enough.
Oh no. It ties in. It's very pod worthy, but I don't want to.
Don't make the
I don't
block
want to
hot.
violate.
Yeah.
Copy.
Block hot, bro.
Well, chat, let us know. Like, are y'all interested in this Jadakiss and Fat Joe podcast? Does it have legs? Maybe they need to get into the lore bag. I feel like they will be the best P Rays.
It has to be lore.
If it's a lore pod, bro, sign me up.
Golden.
I don't want to hear about like the random time Fat Joe like smoked and got too hot.
Fried.
I don't want to hear that. Like I might want to hear that from like I don't know.
I don't want to hear no stories from Fat Joe because I don't know if he's telling the truth.
Something like,
but if you get into the lore bag,
we talk about this.
Snoop, what they do that type of shit.
Like, all right, we thought Fat Joe was told a lot of tall tales, but
has he not?
Right, but come to find out, there's certain things that make it seem like maybe he was telling the truth when we thought he was
capping.
But the thing is, with Kiss there and you get into the lore bag, you know he can't lie too crazy because Kiss might have been there. You got a filter. You got a lie filter
It's
right
a lot
there.
you
know
gotta
what I'm
work
saying?
on, B.
You know what I mean?
It's a lot to deal
Like
with.
for instance, his relationship with Big.
Right. Kiss
Well,
would know.
That'd be a great conversation.
That would be a great conversation. But I
Cuban
forgot-
Links be calling this nigga a world-class liar, bro.
They hate each other. That's different.
I mean that's
But
different.
what's the hate stemming from? The lies or the truth?
Could be both. There's a lot of energy between those two.
But see, all right, my instinct tells me, yeah, Joe be lying his ass off. But
Joby, maybe he don't lie. Maybe he just exaggerates a lot.
exaggerate. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
exaggerate
could be lying though.
Exaggerate.
Depends
But-
on how much you're exaggerating, you know.
And
But
he put a
I
little
forgot what
gas
it
on
was recently that tied him to Big. That we collectively we were all like, oh, maybe he wasn't lying about his relationship with Big. I forgot what it was. I don't remember what it was. But there was something.
We pot a lot. We need an intern to keep
there
records.
was something. So anyway, I wanna believe that, Joe has
Well, you know what?
truthful stories to tell us.
We wish Kiss and Fat Joe the best. We know there's a bag involved. Get your money. Salute. Get to that bag. Because you know what? New York needs a voice. And you know why New York needs a voice? Because when you had niggas like Big Gip out here on All the Dialogue, just saying whatever the fuck he wanted to say, disrespectfully at that, and the South was gobbling it up because they got that whole New York anti-energy. We need niggas like Kiss. We need a Kiss and Fat Joe then to have an episode about Gip when Gip was out here wilding.
But
you know
no
what I'm saying?
funny, like the musical.
Fuck is
insight,
Gip doing right now, by the way? All right.
All that for
Roscoe's and chicken and waffles.
damn.
That's in Cali, bro.
Oh shit.
It's that Waffle House.
Waffle.
Waffle House. Nah, but the stories, not just the stories, but like more like the lessons, you know? Because between the two of them, man, that's like damn near like what, fucking 60 years in the music industry.
Yeah.
You know, like
Combined,
dealing with that's what I'm saying. Like dealing with label issues, contracts, bad deals, switching labels, you know,
Rap beef,
fallouts
New York politics.
with artists that you sign, bad A&Rs, like those stories, the lore, like we said, would just be like monumental. And even like helping new artists, like help not, because I know the navigation from getting signed in 94 to getting signed in 2024 is completely different. But I mean, like helping like navigate that little bridging the gap for the young niggas to like, yo, I don't have to do it this way. You know, kissing them, they did it this way, but now they got a way to, you know what I'm saying? Like a knowledge-based type thing, like information.
That'd be great, but they're certifiable.
This is true. But there's a lot of gems though. Old heads give you a lot of gems. They might not.
They do. Of course.
Yeah,
they do.
A lot of
We
gems,
do.
man.
We know that.
I think Kiss, at least for New
Young
York
cats
niggas,
might not listen.
That's,
think so?
That's true.
You don't
But I
think
mean,
so?
but they're certified though.
I feel like niggas would listen to Kiss and Joe
They're certified
because they're
I
not
think niggas
squares.
would.
Like they was outside. You know what I mean? Even if they were in private school, they was outside.
Yo, I believe it, man. I'm here for it.
I see the vision. I see the vision.
Yes,
Hit
sir.
the like button, people. You know what I mean? Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe option. Lock in with the Rap Roundtable. About 30% of y'all are not subscribed. Y'all watch everything, but you've never hit the subscribe option.
Come on, y'all.
Just hit the subscribe option. Help us continue to grow the brand, reach higher heights, get it so we can get our respect. You know what I mean?
Dig?
You know what I'm saying? Niggas fuck with us, but there's certain people who will see the subscribe account and feel like they don't want to press play.
Well, here's the thing. Don't rely on YouTube to suggest us.
Yes.
Because one day they might just decide not to.
Oh, they
what
good
I'm
for that
saying?
shit.
And then y'all will forget. Y'all lose us.
Y'all know where to find us.
I
Click
don't
that
want to
button.
lose us. Hit the button.
Because YouTube is very picky about when they want to suggest a motherfucker. YouTube will suggest a nigga with like 20 subscribers. And just throw him on your timeline for no reason.
Word.
40 views on that video. Why is this guy here? You know what I mean?
Word.
So they nasty like that. No funny
Nah,
shit.
it do work
YouTube
like
is real
that,
filthy
bro.
like that, bro.
TikTok
3
is like
likes.
that too. It's fun.
You got, we're not gonna spend too much time on it. But considering the Met Gala,
We might end up spending extra time.
I mean, shit, got you. By all means, clear out. You know what I mean? But like, we're at the Met Gala. This guy shows up with a piano on his back, drops a random album, Walt and the Cut Nine.
Walt the Great.
You know what I mean? Didn't bring a flute. This time it was
Not
a
a flute.
fucking piano.
Have to update y'all niggas.
Now he's here dropping random albums. Has Sin leaving the podcast to listen to some shit.
Sheesh.
The stupid album song titles.
Utter disappointment.
Like at this point, I'm asking the chat and I'm asking the rap round table. Is it time for us to tell Andre 3000 to get the fuck out of here? Dini, let me know. Is it time? Are we giving him the fuck out of here?
I've been saying to get this nigga the fuck out of here.
Matter of fact, we gonna go 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Fuck with it or fuck out of here.
All
3
the way
stacks.
Fuck out of here, bro. Like, my nigga, like, I understand you can't make anyone be on a wavelength they're not on. But if you're one of those super Andre 3K fans who love his raps and want to hear new music, bro, like, I'm not saying he's kicking your back in, but he's just saying, pause, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck what you want. I'm giving you what I want. And like I said, a small part of me is like, yo, that's freeing. It must be freeing to not give a fuck about.
Very free.
Give a fuck
He's
about.
liberated. He's liberated
That's
as
the
fuck.
point.
Bruh, like, and I think, like, maybe I'm not saying he listens to us specifically. Maybe he does. Shout out to Dre. But I'm sure
He don't listen to us.
Hey,
I'll tell you that right now. He don't listen to us.
he could and just be completely unaware of, like, I don't give a fuck with these guys.
The amount of shit we've said recently.
I'm
I
a
don't
flute
think he
player
wants
now,
the
bro.
flute print jokes. You know what I mean?
The flute print. I'm a piano player now, and that's who I am. Respect me and address me as such. He might just be that type of nigga, bro. No matter how much we hate that shit. And it's not even like it's good flute work, pause. Or it's not even like it's good piano playing, bro. The first record, bro.
He said, "Song with keys, you could call me the piano man."
Rain, sleet, hail, snow, man.
Facts.
Nah, but like all the way get the fuck out of here, bro.
Hydro man.
This is a lot of people regard him as one of the greatest. I've heard some people say he's the greatest rapper of all time.
All of those people who subscribe to that theory can get the entire fuck out of here. Find the window on the highest high rise they can find.
Oh, yes, Sin.
What happened? What happened?
Hold on.
Yes.
What I did?
I can't even argue.
Yes.
Okay,
Give up
okay.
the ghost,
Get
nigga.
the fuck out of here, man. Shout out Big Boy for not playing in niggas' faces like that, B. Who invited that nigga to the Met Gala?
For
B?
real, bro.
Show up with a piano.
I mean, it is.
Oh my God.
How you become one of the coolest niggas alive to doing some of the corniest shit ever in your latter career? Erykah Badu pussy that good?
Yo, look at your boy.
Look
at your boy.
Common came back.
Jay Electronica ain't been on that type of time in a long
He
time,
fought it.
bro.
Common came back though.
All right,
Common.
it took a long time, bro.
Yeah, that nigga
It
became
took
an
a
actor.
It
long-
wasn't that.
One of the
Yeah,
worst
it was.
actors
Yeah,
ever.
it was.
Wait,
Just
what
some
happened
Soul
first?
Aquarians.
Erykah Badu or Kanye?
No.
The Kanye era or Erykah Badu? What happened first?
No. The Badu era was Electric Circus. That was before B.
So Kanye saved
So he
Kanye.
bounced back.
Kanye brought him back
quick.
to life, bro.
He bounced back quick.
That album's
With-
classic.
with
Free Saxy and
with
Kanye.
Yeah.
B is a classic.
Because he was spiraling, my nigga. Remember that video with the fucking outside the window with the, you know what I mean? Shit had him fucked up, bro. But then once we got older, she started actually showing us. I didn't know she was holding like that.
I didn't.
When you
either.
seen the yams for the first time, then you got it. Like, oh,
it was the
she's fine
window
as
seat
fuck.
video. I didn't know.
And she had the phantom yams, like the shit
I
that you don't know until you know type yams. You know,
window seat fucked me up. Like,
she had phantom
shit.
yams.
Yeah.
Because you scoop her, she went some loose shit. And then you experience some, hey, time out. This was that? Then she threw it on him, fucked him up.
Yeah.
And every nigga who she threw it on, they don't come back the same, bro.
DOC done lost his voice. Like,
They don't come back the same, bro.
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
You gonna put that on Bobby?
Yes.
oh, I'm blaming it. Yo,
Nigga, what nigga came back the same, bro?
telling you, man.
No nigga, no famous nigga we know who dated Badu came
That's
back
some
the same
spirit
nigga, my nigga.
altering shit, bro. That's like some different type of
Bro.
shit. Niggas started wearing like funny
You
outfits.
see Ursula
Yo.
stole
Yes.
his voice.
Oh, like he couldn't even sing no more. Be like,
Turned him into stone, nigga.
see this shit go up
Hit
and
me.
fly out until, you know what I'm saying?
What's
Like,
this shit called? The
shit.
fucking Medusa, nigga.
Jesus
turning
Christ.
niggas into stone, bro.
Yo, nigga
Nah, she
had
had
combo in
she has-
pastel colors.
she
and
is
Badu-
a
shit.
swag
Badu is
snatcher,
different.
bro.
Come on,
It's
bro.
every nigga lost
Three
his
stacks
swag
ain't
after
been the
was.
same, my nigga. He ain't been the same.
He wore every primary color in the rainbow.
Come on.
in
Bro.
one fit.
Come on. Three stacks. Where the 3 stacks from Aquemini, nigga? Where that guy at?
No, where the
Southern Playalistic. Where he at?
Oh shit.
Nigga walking the country like he like the Ryu of rappers. He just wandering around with instruments and shit, looking for inspiration.
What's cooler than cold?
Pianos, nigga.
Oh shit.
How you have piano on your back, bro? At the Met Gala.
Yo, Dre's a wild boy, man.
And then the music don't even slap. It's not even like fire piano. Like
trash.
You just doing whatever, my nigga.
Trash.
Are you listening?
I tried.
I did. I gave the first 3 songs a spin.
I tried.
The first
just
song,
so I can hate on
this
it.
nigga
You know
just
what I'm
pressing the keys, literally. Yeah, the right way. In a real way.
When you described it, I'm like, oh, so you heard it.
In a real way.
Just so I can hate on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, yeah. Terrible boy.
You know what I mean? Shit like that, bro. Fuck that nigga, B. Like, that's where I'm at now. And I love him as a rapper. But, like, you playing in our faces now. Yeah. You one of the most cloth certified niggas ever.
Disrespectful.
You got your threat count crazy, nigga. What we doing? Why are you, like, what is...
88 threads.
Son! Like, what happened to you? Like, what inspiration are you looking for, bro?
Yo.
I don't know. Only he can
It might not
answer
be
that
no
question,
inspiration.
man.
Like I said, when you in that weird
You hate
wave
rap that bad?
Yo, like maybe that shit brings him to a bad time in his life. He seemed to be very carefree and peaceful right now. Maybe when he's rapping those lyrics, it takes him to a place. It just seems like he has an adversity with rap right now.
What about the
bro.
niggas who play piano their whole life, bro? Seeing this nigga walking around with a piano on his back.
They wish they could play some shit
what
like
about
that.
The flute niggas, B?
Oh my God. It's bad, bro. But like I said, if this
you wanted to play PlayStation, D. Mars made you play flute. Here you go, this nigga dropping an album, getting Grammy nominated.
Niggas working their life off trying to make it to Juilliard.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? They have to deal with this shit. But like I said, what if this brings him peace? What if the disturbance of our peace brings him peace, bro? What if that's the case? What if he just needs a disturbance in the force?
150,000 needs to fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Simple.
He seems very at peace.
Peacefully leave us alone.
Peacefully get the fuck out of here.
Peacefully. You know what I mean?
Peacefully leave us at peace.
Leave us alone, bro. Like
in tears, bro.
The fuck out of here. Like, and this has nothing to do with region because you know the South niggas don't come. Oh, if you was from New York, no, we love 3 stacks in New York.
2, 3.
He's one of the best rappers ever. One of the most skilled. He's a shogun. Fuck that. Let's call it what it is. 3 stacks is a shogun of this rap shit.
Listen, if Nas shows up for his next album with a harmonica in hand.
Did he do that before though?
That was with a harmonica. That was his pops.
That was dad.
Yo, chill.
Shout out to Old Dara. Hey man, they look alike.
Nah. Where Lord Jamar at, bro?
Yo,
this nigga at me.
Get rid of this guy.
Come on, son.
Yo.
Nah,
for the culture,
you
know?
Beanie,
little Delta Slim, like it was Sinners or some shit.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That was his pops, bro. Olu Dara, son.
I respect it, bro.
Come
All
on,
harmonica,
man.
no raps.
Yo.
The harmonica album, we would go crazy. But the thing is, Nas would rhyme over the harmonics, B.
He would, bro.
He dropped bars over that. He wouldn't play a nigga's face.
He
would try to rap over it. This nigga.
That's the least we can ask for.
This guy's not a skilled flute player, not a skilled pianist. You show up to the Met Gala with a piano on your back. You do a magazine article sitting on a washing machine with a flute. Fuck you, bro.
16-minute album.
Honestly, just leave us alone. Go raise your kid. When you feel the urge to rap, write some bars. We'll be here because we're gonna listen.
Find us, yes.
We'll be the entire culture will be here to tap it.
In fact, we'll find you.
Facts. No Macito. So no young rap, no industry talk. Macito, we miss you, bro.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? Like in studios without Mace, a little different. But I will say, having this chair to myself.
Comfy.
Look at his leg cross, comfy,
bumpy.
There's some pros and cons here.
Oh, shit.
There's some pros and cons, but we got to get to my favorite segment. The mailbag.
Yeah.
So, we've updated the process for people who are unfamiliar. Before, the mailbag used to be all negative, people who curse us out, whatever. But we try to balance it with some negativity, and then we ended off with some positivity. So, Mickey Funkster says, in response to Sincere's take about Kendrick Lamar's percentages.
What else?
Not as quality. Percentages says, respectfully, Sin's take was not balanced. Your thoughts, Cecile?
That's all he said?
That's all he said.
That's all he said. Well, again, let me reiterate. As I said during that segment, I'm not talking about impact of albums or the importance of albums. What I'm saying is, in terms of percentages, Kendrick Lamar's discography is, percentage-wise, at this point, I would say better than Nas or Hope's.
You tripling down.
Huh?
Tripling down.
I'm tripling down?
Yes, I'm asking.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now,
That's fair.
now, some people might say it's not fair for me to compare somebody who's 15 years in to artists who are 30 years in.
You did say that.
That's fair. That's a fair critique. If you feel that way, I might be inclined to agree with you. You know what I mean? But at least in sports, and I know that people sometimes don't like when we compare rap to sports. But at least in sports, when you have, let's say, enough at-bats or enough field goal attempts or enough at goal attempt, whatever the criteria is, when you have enough to be placed within the conversation, to be competitive with other contemporaries or even people that came before you, then the conversation can be had. You know what I mean? And I feel, this is why I'm saying this now, I feel that up till now, there wasn't enough Kendrick Lamar to have this conversation. I feel that now at this point, GNX, the battle, the stadium tour, I feel like there's enough there to start this conversation now.
But for the sake of just resetting it, it's 6 albums now, right?
Yeah.
Over what, a 13-year span?
Yeah.
I mean, when, like, at what point, if now is not the time to enter the conversation, when would it be?
That's what I'm saying. That's I'm just trying to explain it. I'm trying to spoon feed it to people.
You're trying to spell it out as best you can.
I'm trying to spoon feed it to people that would say, "Oh no, but like, you know, Kendrick Lamar is still too new and blah blah." Like,
but we do that all the time. The whole 15 to 30 thing with like countless artists. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I mean,
like,
niggas was calling Hov GOAT, Nas
a few
GOAT.
albums in,
6, 7 albums in there,
you know
wasn't
what I'm
they?
saying? Like,
shit, niggas was calling Nas GOAT in 01, wasn't they? 02, wasn't they?
talk about it.
Illmatic dropped what year? 94, 92, what was it?
94.
94. So then what we talking about? 94 to 02 niggas calling Nas GOAT.
Wait, when that was happening, was y'all talking, no, but Grandmaster Caz and
I'm sure.
You know what
I mean, I'm sure somebody was.
I'm sure niggas was, bro. Like, let's be honest.
I'm sure somebody was like, whoa, Big
He ain't
Daddy
better
Kane.
than Rakim. Like,
Rakim, you know what I'm
come
saying?
on.
But
definitely.
the same Nas
Run
fans who are
DMC.
getting at you was
LL
calling Nas
Cool
GOAT
J.
in 02
Exactly,
with
bro.
an 8-year career and what, 5 albums? Because what, it was Illmatic, it was written, what was it? What was the third one?
I am
Nostradamus, Stillmatic.
Stillmatic,
So
and
5
Godson.
albums and they was calling nigga GOAT.
Yeah,
So what's the difference?
with Nostradamus in the mix. So,
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
again,
6 albums in 13 years is too soon,
as I
but
said,
5 and 8 it's not
That's
too
what I'm
soon?
saying. Like, we
Nas-
do that anyway. It's just who we're talking about. That
and
is
and
like
I'm not
that.
even
We've been
talking.
doing that.
And to be clear, I'm not even talking about GOAT status. I'm not saying he is the
Right,
GOAT.
Not even.
That was not what I said. Nowhere in my vocabulary was the word GOAT during that conversation. You know what I mean? I'm just saying discography percentage wise. You know what I mean? The same way we do field goal percentage, the same way we do batting percentage.
Averages.
Say,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's all I was saying. I mean, analytics. That's what I was saying.
Sin gave y'all the whole rundown that pod too, bro. Broke it down step by step for the 6 albums.
Well, it's like he said on the live. 3 words. Nas. Kendrick, better Nas. They didn't really They didn't really lock in. They just overreacted.
And I remember some commenters saying they always do this to Nas. Why they never do this and mention Jay-Z?
He was the very next name.
The very next name that I mentioned in that conversation was Jay-Z. So
listen with your
weird
ears.
thing is they don't understand the nuance of why he did it.
It even got to all the way to Kanye.
Yeah.
You said Nas first because you believe Nas is the GOAT. He's the standard.
Yes.
But they don't look at it that way. They just look at it as you disrespecting him.
Yep. That's
like they didn't really read between the lines. They never do. They just jump out the fucking window.
Something I don't like
and get to throwing stones and shit and being upset. Yeah.
And I foresee already a bunch of additional reactions to just this mailbag.
Who gives a fuck? Like I said,
I'm not saying I give a fuck.
More mailbag for later.
I just know it's gonna keep trickling down.
Like at this point, I'm not fighting with these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter what we say. They only want to hear one thing and one thing only. If they don't hear that one thing, then they tell you off and they
Illmatic above everything.
Right.
Illmatic over everything.
You're a fake Nas fan.
I feel I believe that in my heart and soul. Illmatic over everything. Right.
But that don't mean that niggas can't have conversations or be in conversations.
Illmatic is.
Well, break down those percentages.
Illmatic is.
Lakers 18 is coming says, I like your show, but to think that because you have 1,000 likes means anything, you niggas are delusional. So this is another case of people, I notice like people, you'll say one thing and they'll either ingest what you say completely incorrectly or they'll just take it however they want to take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This person is responding to Sin saying that the response to his take is 50-50 because the likes were 1.3K at that time. And the combination of the comments and the retweets, which were mostly quote tweets, was 800. So he was saying the like to retweet and comment ratio was very close to 50-50. In fact, it was above 50-50 in Sin's favor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how this person correlated that to thinking that if 1,000 likes means something, you're delusional. Like, we don't. Twitter likes, like, the internet is not real. Like, we got told off on Twitter, right? That day. And 2 days later, and I said it on the pod, we're going to be viral again. 2 days later, we was viral again with niggas agreeing with us. Like,
facts.
Twitter it spans. It goes from one span to the next span. It is what it is. But it's just like, bro, like Lakers 18, whatever the fuck. Like, first of all, think of a better name. Like,
now 1,000 likes isn't a big deal now.
Please,
1,000 likes is a big deal.
That's not even the point.
To have. I mean, just
we weren't celebrating the likes. We were saying that the 1.3K likes. If people liked the post,
I'm talking about his response to it. Y'all acting like it's a big deal. I'm like, yo, like we're not shaking ass, bro. Like to get 1,000 likes on any platform is work, bro. Like,
but even if. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like
the connotation that he's framing it is as if we were flexing these likes. We're not a like flexer.
No, we're not.
The only likes we like are YouTube likes. That's why we keep asking you to like the fucking video.
Peace.
You know what I'm saying? 400 plus.
Truly matter.
Because those likes actually feed the algorithm and it gets more eyeballs on the product. The Twitter likes, we only mentioned that because there was a person in the chat trying to say Sim was lying about it being 50-50, but it's like, if 1.3 now, 1.4 at the time of this recording, people like the tweet. A lot of people, let me tell you how social media works. A lot of people like shit and keep it moving because they don't want to comment and get wrapped up into somebody trying to tell them they're an idiot.
Yeah.
So they hit the like button and keep it moving. Don't get me wrong. Some people hit the like button to come back to it later as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also have the bookmark option as well.
Of course.
So it's like when Sin mentions the likes, it's because a lot of niggas like that post. It's people who agree. They agreed.
Yeah.
Nobody's flexing. Nobody's delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, it's people like this guy. Lakers 18 is coming. It's like, y'all are the people who are afraid to put yourselves out there to do anything. But check out the most to say by niggas who take the risk to put themselves out there and do something week in and week out. Hate to break it to you, bro.
Outside.
Regardless if you think niggas is delusional a lot, what we do matters. It creates an impact. People give a fuck.
And we appreciate that. We earned
For
that.
better or worse, whether they're telling us we ain't shit or they love the product, What we do matters.
Interaction.
Sorry, bro. And I'm a Lakers fan. Take that.
I was about to say, I thought it sounded like a burner.
Take Lakers out your fucking name. Then we have Kevin Maltzby, 8300. He says, "You guys are whack." So I went to Kevin Maltzby's page on because
wait again. That's all he said.
So he said,
"You guys are whack."
So matter of fact, I'm gonna go find it right now. Like, let me make sure do I have it in my search history? I don't. Yeah, I do.
Took a lot of brain power to do that.
So I went to this guy Kevin Maltzby's page. He says, "You guys are whack." Kevin Maltzby is one of these. I'm talking about super gray beard, deeply wrinkled,
don't.
You're safe.
old
You're
niggas.
safe, brother.
All right, I ain't got no wrinkles, but like ease up on the gray beard.
Nah, he old, my nigga. He got to be like
Old
60.
triple OG.
Gandalf.
Gandalf the Grey, bro.
Look,
Oh
Wow. That shit is Snow White, B. Like,
okay,
Arctic.
old nigga, still trying to be young, taking selfies, trying to model somebody's clothing line with supposed Nike text, but they instead of a Nike sign, there's an H. Huh? Wearing colorful shit, trying to relive his youth, stuck in the 80s ass,
Second childhood.
grandpa ass nigga, jumping in that comments to say, "You guys are whack." Guess what, Kevin? So what? If we're whack, what does that make you? Old nigga trying to be young?
Appreciate you taking the time to type that out.
I bet you still go to the same parties as the old nigga trying to talk to the young things. Because you don't realize that you passed unk, nigga. You graduated, bruh. You gramps.
What you sipping on, beloved?
Past dunk is crazy.
You holding on to this shit.
Drinking, girl.
You holding on, my guy. I seen the pictures. You holding on.
Top shelf, dude.
Give me a hug,
you in the
girl.
club touching girls' elbows, being
Give me a
creepy.
hug.
Give me a hug.
Facts.
Your favorite unk.
You the old nigga with the rusty hands touching elbows gently, nigga. Making girls feel uncomfortable. Old nigga. And nothing against old people. But imagine your old ass holding on to your youth, running to our comments. You guys are whack.
Hold on.
You must know a thing or two about being whack, bud.
Got to hold on.
The fuck out of here. Moving on. And stop using your real name on YouTube, because niggas can easily find you.
Yo.
Oh, an old nigga mistake right there, using your real government name. Nike Tech with an H. The for Hikey Tech? What is it?
Hike.
Shit not even cut right.
Oh, man.
Anyway, Rob Foster, 8356 says, "Dope show. The culture topic was much needed. I think the culture is available for anyone to participate in, but everyone is not allowed to dictate how the culture moves. I think, excuse me, I think the issue with rap is that there has been times when we've allowed the industry to dictate how the culture moves. We just watched the industry dictate culture from 2018 to 2022. And notice where the major hip hop figures were during that time. Who were the major figures during that time? It was a rough time, boy. It was
hard.
This is just a great comment. It was not directed to nobody. I just thought it was,
Nice
you know what I mean? Now, Deanie, this one is for you. Izzy with Pace 6875 says, "I'd even argue that black music as a whole was whatever Drake was doing for a minute. I think his dominance hurt R&B for a while. A lot of good singers were overlooked and dumbed down their singing, which was largely rooted in gospel because of Drake's catchy but mid vocals being considered good R&B. The Weeknd as well." What are your thoughts to that, Deanie?
Damn, that's a little question. I never listened to Drake and said he's making black music though. You know what I'm saying? I thought Drake was making just popular music. Whatever is popular at the time is what goes. I didn't, whether that was R&B, whether that was fucking pop, whether that was you know what I'm saying, Spanish music. We was doing the, you know, like whatever's at the time. So I didn't really. I never took Drake as the beacon of black culture.
Well, I think this goes back to what we were saying about hip hop, where like when Drake was popping, he kind of dictated where the sound went. And because he was all over the place, he was really impacting a lot of
popular
genres.
sound and diverse sound. You know, those two, that's a deadly combination, you know. But as far as he was all over the place, you know what I'm saying? I don't know off the top of my head what, you know, like European music is out there that was pop, but I'm sure if there was, Drake would have found a way to latch onto that too,
right,
and make something happen. So I wouldn't say it's black. I do say he definitely led the charge on the sound, you know what I'm saying, of the industry. And it's not just rap. It was like rap, R&B, fucking dancehall a little bit with some of those little, you know what I'm saying, just pop music. I never really felt like that. So that's a different perspective than the one I had.
That's fair. That's fair. You want to jump in?
Yeah, I would definitely push back and say that all of that music is black music. All the music that you mentioned, hip hop, rap, R&B, dancehall,
Spanish music,
Caribbean music.
You know what I'm saying?
Even Spanish music, the rhythms come
and
they're Afro,
African,
Afro-Cuban, Afro, Afro.
That's a good point, Sin.
Latino.
I don't think
rhythms.
he did with the rock and roll, not like that. So you're actually right.
So, at the root of all of it is blackness, African.
It just didn't feel like that from Drake, though. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, but when he's making smash, when he's making
like that,
when he's making smash records across various genres, it kind of does impact.
But see, we're like that's say it again. It didn't.
It didn't feel like
that's the root of the issues that people
have with him.
You know what I mean? Like
Full circle.
He delivered it in a way where it didn't quite feel so.
And it had
like,
that soul,
for
bro.
Everybody, bro. It didn't feel like it was like what I see going on in music right now. It feels like it's for the people. It just
like when he
it
makes a
was for
one dance.
anyone.
He's obviously cosplaying a different genre.
Afro
right?
beats type joint.
Hotline Bling was something else. Controller. Come on, bro. Like he was jumping on all various black genres. And the thing is, because I've known people in the industry, have had conversations with them. There's not a lot of earnestness in music. They chase what's hot and they try to convince the artist to follow the trend. So if Drake is out here genre hopping,
but that's crazy because
the A&R is gonna say, "Yo, do that."
He's genre hopping black music, but it still didn't feel like black music to me.
No, you're not wrong. What I'm saying is, but the A&R is telling the artist, "Yo, this nigga got this record here. Let's go do that."
I'm saying y'all are dead ass right, but it's more of a dig to Drake. You know what I'm saying? Where I was listening to all these sounds and never thought like, "Yo, this is black culture music."
It just felt like pop music,
from him,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Shout out to y'all. I didn't even look at it from that perspective. I think it just brought me somewhere different.
This was in response to us having the debate about, private school and fraudulence and things of that nature. WC 6081 says Donald Trump was born rich and went to private schools his whole life. He's always in the suit. He's more gangster street than any Genovese, Colombo, Sammy Bolin, John Gotti, Alpo, etc. One thing that limits black people is their thinking of the world as a whole. They only know their little street corners. What do y'all both got to say to that? I'll start with you, Sam.
I'm not entirely sure, but what
that felt like a slight.
Saying,
you know what I mean?
It did.
A slight to
black people.
Somewhat. I would need to know if that person is black or white,
right,
to see what angle they're coming from. You know what I mean? Like if they're coming from an angle of caring for the culture or an angle of
attacking
and criticizing the culture. And it matters. It absolutely matters. You know what I mean? But to the point of Trump, I think he kind of has a point where like you can't just like put certain clothes or a certain surrounding around a person of the streets and think that you're just gonna take the streets out of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think the point that he was making with Trump is like, if he's gonna be gangster, he's gonna be gangster, like regardless, in a suit Tim's, or whatever he's wearing. You know what I mean?
Some Bruno Mars.
And bringing it to Jadakiss, you know what I mean? If you put a private school surrounding around him, if the street is in him, the street is in him. You know what I mean? If he's already brought up in the streets, if he's if he's already intrigued by the streets, then that's what he's going to gravitate to regardless. And if that's the life he ended up leading outside of that private school, then, you know, who are we to say that because he went to private school, then his street life was any less legitimate? You know
That's true.
What do you think about that, Dean?
Like, I step back to the Jada shit where it wasn't even about my perspective on that. It was more a perspective of if I'm a father and I'm trying to generate a life for, you know what I'm saying, my kid, and I'm trying to create a better life. My kid's out there running around doing the same shit that the niggas who don't have a dad breaking their neck to generate these things. I'd be fucking pissed. And that's pretty much what my whole stance was. Like, bro, like, I'm out here breaking my neck so you can be good and you still running around the streets. That shit would annoy the fuck out of me. But I think a hood nigga is a hood nigga. Like, it's not really where you are, it's who you are. You know, like, you could put a hood nigga in a private school. You could put a good kid in the hood school. It just really don't matter. Like, who you are is who you are. And you feel like you're going to be who you are. And I just feel like, even as a younger age, I don't not kiss because in some which way, shape, or form, the streets called everybody, bro. It's just some niggas answered the call. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm not answering this call, but I watch all y'all niggas make y'all moves, do what y'all do. I'll learn from y'all moves, you know? But like, I do understand what dude was saying though. But I just think I definitely would need to know the team.
Like he making a strong point. Like, you know, because there's different gangster comes in various forms.
Yeah, that's just facts.
And I agree with that. Suits. But that last sentence there about
black
people is they're thinking of the world as a whole. They only know their little street corners. That's kind of
that's just like a white nigga.
That sounds very racist.
It do. You only know about your little block.
Right. Now we end on a positive. Got a couple. I'm just gonna read them back to back.
Copy.
Just Gwen. This was some fire potting. Y'all were firing on all cylinders on every single topic. So we appreciate that. 122, we got a lot of those comments. So people really enjoyed 122. We was locked in. You know, it's funny, like, I feel like we've been in a good groove. But I'll be honest, I didn't think we was like really hitting like a grand slam home run while we recorded. I just thought we were just cooking like regular how we normally do. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to y'all for fucking with us, man. We here for y'all, man.
You know what I mean? That's when niggas try to throw the charges. We only talk about Kendrick and Drake. And it's like we've been delivering topic after topic after topic after topic.
Rap.
Hitting. Like no topic missing. And y'all keep trying to, because we give y'all the A block.
You dig?
With the shit niggas want. Y'all assume.
Learn how to pod.
You know what I mean? I digress. Stark the King says, fire episode. Not enough pods are engaging enough to hold these kind of conversations. I love that comment because that's what we've been aiming for since we started this shit. To have various kind of engaging conversations.
They get it, man.
You know what I mean? Being earnest, you know, and just enticing sometimes, engaging. There's another word I'm looking for that we talked about a lot of times, but that, you know what I mean? We do it at a high level. And that's why sometimes the good crack don't be popular because it's almost too good.
Yeah.
Everybody can't get with this type of shit. You know what I mean? Dynamic. Polarizing. Because I got cursed out for being mad at Deanie and Mace last episode. They just tell me I was bugging. Some niggas flat told me he hated me. Sheesh. I was just like, all right, you know what I mean? That's cool. You don't know me?
Must not be from New York.
Right. That was a very New York conversation. You know what I mean?
For real.
New York on a Friday night with some licks and your homies arguing and your friends right after. You know what I mean?
The bros.
Luis, can't pronounce your last name, 613 says, yeah, this will be on my list of pods. Very good listen. Luis, we appreciate you locking with the Rap Roundtable. We do it for the niggas that love the ignorant shit. They love the positive shit. They love good raps. They love cloth. They love a little ratchet. We all encompassing here. We Costco, we BJ's, whatever the fuck. What's the other place? Walmart.
Sam's Club. We
Sam's
got what
Club.
you need, man.
Whatever you need, we got it. But anyway, now, we are somewhere in New York City.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt.
Sincere the rap snob. It's not feeling his best, but he's powering through. But nevertheless, he has enough energy to ask you vagrants too.
Get off my lawn.
Get off Sincere's lawn.
Oh man. I want to preface this by saying I don't want to call this person a vagrant. Although sometimes he might give off vagabond vibes. Same overalls all the time, same kicks all the time. Playing various instruments to whoever will listen.
A walking orchestra.
But I don't want to call them a vagrant. Vagrant seems harsh.
Nah, he's earned enough respect to not be a vagrant.
Cook.
However, this vagabond and look,
Vagabond, bro.
I have a bit of a vagabond nature about me, so I don't say that with any malice or malicious intent. But this vagabond needs to get off my lawn, and it hurts me to say. Because Andre Benjamin 3000.
Amen.
What are you doing out here? A beacon of the culture of hip hop. And maybe you didn't ask. What do you mean by that? I understand. You didn't ask for this. You didn't want this. You were just, following your passion, following your calling, expressing yourself. I understand. But this is the second album in a row that you drop some half-ass instrumentation.
What's that? What's
What
that,
is-
brother?
There it goes. What is that, brother? Some half-ass instrumentation when all we've ever wanted for 20 fucking years is a solo rap album.
The Rap Roundtable.
One single solitary rap album. Just one.
From one of the greatest to ever do it.
From one of the greatest MCs to ever touch the mic.
One of the greatest voices, greatest breath control,
Storytellers.
best storytelling, pocket work, flow switching, ball work, whatever the fuck you want.
And here's where you absolutely lost me, because I don't have the receipts to prove this because I never sent the message to the group chat.
Oh man.
But there was a day where on the socials I seen several posts about Andre posting a missing notebook flyer. Did you see this?
Mm-mm.
Did you see this?
If I saw it, I'd have shared it.
I saw it. It was a flyer for a missing blue notebook. And I'll pull up the flyer now. Shit, I can't pull it. Never mind. I'm sick and drunk. Sorry, guys. But this was
Quite the
on
combination.
Lethal.
This was on May 4th. And it seemed like there was a decent amount of time between May 4th and when we actually ended up seeing him at the
Met Gala.
At the Met Gala. But I feel like the Met Gala was the very next day. And I remember seeing the flyers, and I was like, because people were actually posting it as if he had actually lost a notebook.
Met Gala was the 5th.
The 5th, right?
Yeah.
The very next day.
And we potted on that Monday.
So he was posting these flyers saying that he had lost a notebook. And it said, have you seen this notebook? Blue 2-tone cover. Last seen in Amsterdam. He was posting this shit in Amsterdam. And I saw this shit and I was like,
you got hype?
This shit looks like some publicity stunt. This shit looked like he's promoting some type of... And I was gonna send the message to the group chat. And I was like, yo, y'all, look at this shit. He's probably gonna come back with some harmonica album or some shit. That was literally the thought I had in my mind. But I don't know what happened. I got busy that day. I didn't see it.
Little did you know.
Little did I know.
Sheesh.
It was a goddamn piano album, and he would show up at the fucking Met Gala with a whole grand piano strapped to his goddamn back. Andre, give us a goddamn rap album, bro. Stop with this bullshit. It's so like, and I'm so mad because it was like,
never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
it was so see-through. I seen the posts all over the place with this fucking flyer. It was like, it's so transparent, bro. And that's the shit that hurts me. It's like, you're under 3,000. You should not be this fucking transparent, bro.
Sin percolating over here, B.
You should not be this transparent to where one day there's a post about you posting flyers and the next day you show up with a fucking grand piano strapped to your back, and you have a piano album
Bro
dropping that night.
Bro pulled up like Master Roshi with the turtle helmet on his
The
back.
turtle on the back, bro.
And
Oh,
and then I'm live with my brothers,
Mm-hmm.
and I see
Somebody said in the
My
chat,
nigga ran off the live.
yo,
and I saw the notification, and I was like, oh, let me go check this
the
out.
look of disappointment in Sin's eyes.
And
when he
I
came back,
was like, because in the back of my head, I was like, nah, this is what I saw
shit.
coming. He's gonna drop some bullshit ass instrumentation.
So you pulled up for a
album.
flute.
What?
You pulled up to listen to a flute album.
No, I didn't think it was
the
flute.
Blueprint too.
I in the back of my mind, I was
Blueprint
like,
too, baby.
it was gonna be, it was gonna be some of the piano-matic. I don't know, but I was like, please let there be at least like a rap somewhere,
A bar.
half a bar,
Track one.
at least half a
Track
bar.
two.
Fuck y'all niggas, like at least that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Nothing.
It's hard ain't in it, man.
Just half-ass piano lines and riffs and chords.
Word.
And just
Derringer got a whole sample pack from that shit.
Griselda, there's your next wave.
Facts.
There's your next wave. Just go to the Andre
I'm dead,
piano
bro.
album. Bro, when I this makes me so hot, bro. Andre, it pains me so much, but like if you're gonna keep doing this, you're gonna have to get off my lawn and stay off my lawn until you drop at least a 16. And like on a whole album, if you want to drop an instrumentation album, drop like at least 116. That's all we're even asking for at this point.
Nah,
Not even a rap album of like 116
Nah.
on whatever the fuck instrument you want to play next.
Yeah.
If it was fire, you'll be disappointed that you only got one.
But until then,
Get off my lawn, bro.
Get off my lawn.
Stop.
Yo, I'm dead.
this is episode 123 of the Rap Roundtable. Macito, we hope we made you proud. No Macito.
Yeah, man.
We still pod how we pod. If you haven't by now, if you just pulled up, hit the like button. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. Without the chat, there's no Rap Roundtable.
Believe that.
Because they the ones who pull up first, hit the like button, press play, spam the chat. They go right to the comment section after they leave the chat. They keep us in that algorithm because they know that this kind of messaging needs to go as far as it can. Love y'all. Dini the Balance. Take us home.
Yo, shout out to Walt the Great, man. Keeping the computers puting back there. Shout out to Macito. Couldn't be here with us tonight, but he's here with us all the time. My God. Shout out to Sincere the Rap Snob, under the weather, but ain't nobody doing it better. He makes beats.
Holla.
Yeah.
Fire. For the right price, he make your shit tighter. Legend in 4 games. You surpass Pee Wee Kirkland, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hardest working nigga right now. I'm about to go to work right now. Shit me.
You know, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Jarvie the fucking point guard, man. I'm Dean the Balance of the Force, man. And with our powers combined, man, it's the Rap Roundtable, episode 123. Chat, we love y'all. Hit the like, show love, spread the word. Catch you on the next go-round.
Easy.
You dig?
1, 2, 3.
Sincere had to take 3 starts off the line. That was a very difficult choice.
Yeah.
Man. Y'all need to understand that.
That hurts.
And as always, if you're not willing to kick your favorites off the lawn,
You niggas what?
fuck out of here, man. Rap Roundtable, nigga.